Good evening, everyone. Hope we are all going well and looking forward to round 2. Last time we did a watch along, it was we were going pretty well. We had bloody Grill, we had Walsh, we had Jagger, all going well. And then since we did the last watch along, it all turned to shit. So let's hope that tonight is similar to last Thursday and goes okay. But I don't think many of us have got too many players in this game. As always, but I'll be looking forward to seeing how tonight goes. I think what we're all hoping for, particularly those that are doing the double cash grab of maybe Goulden and another player, are hoping that Jai Sarong can just put up a really solid score. We don't have to think about it. We just put him on field, best 18. We take that score, and then that's one less, score we need to worry about from rookie. So that's what we're hoping for. But hope we're all going well. Lots of chat to get us started as well. Oh, Jesus, so much. Jeez, I appreciate everyone that tunes in, but it's just so hard to keep up to track. If you guys have a question, chuck it in the comments and I'll answer those. Tim Asher's got a super chat to get us started off. Thank you, mate. Did you get my message? Yes. Sorry, Tim, I just forgot to reply. Looking at Gallup to Cook, McKercher to Cook, or Selwood to Cook, or going Vicentine to Jackson. It sounds like Vicentine's not going to be there. I think I'm McKercher to Cook. But that's what I'm doing. I could do Gallup to Cook instead, but I just want to get rid of McKercher and get rid of that cash loss that he's going to have. So, unless I hear anything in the next 24 hours saying McKercher's going to be back up at 80% TOG, I think I'm trading him. So, Tim, I'd be going McKercher to Cook, bank a lot of cash. Well, that's what I'm doing anyway, so I don't think I can recommend anything else. So, so much chat going on. So, obviously got on the screen now. I updated the little ticker at the bottom there. So, that's the most traded in players for the round. So, you guys can see the top 10 most trading players and how many coaches have brought those players in. So, I hope you guys like that there at the bottom. All right, let's see if we can get to a super chat in a few minutes. I'll rapid fire this. Footy Frenzy. Hey, Bales, first trade's Goulden to Cook to get Dev Rob from bench to field. Second trade, who do I go out of Blackiston, Carroll, Windsor, and do I go to Caldwell or Murdoch? I think I'd be going Murdoch just to get those rookies in. Out of Blackiston, Carroll, Windsor. I think Blackiston and Carroll are going to make the most cash, so I've probably got to say Windsor, right? That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at cash gen at this point. So, but Windsor probably can score the most out of those guys. Carroll could be dropped at any point, but he's still got money to make. Is there anyone else you can trade Footy Frenzy? But Windsor or Carroll for me is who I'd be trading. Up the Crom, hey mate, thoughts on Selwood to Murdoch and Goulden to Callahan, 30 cans, mate. Yeah, tick for me. I like those trades up the Crom, be doing those. Alexander, hello Bales, just Sarong, Ian, this one should be a good watch. Yeah, exactly the same as me. Hopefully Sarong could put up a good score. Sweet named, had to feel Big Mac over high vis now, don't we? Says Has. I think it's probably not a bad. I think I was going to fill McAndrew anyway, particularly with Toby Murray now out. So McAndrew will be the solo ruck. So, but yes, it's a pretty stiff. We'll talk about Vicentine throughout the watch long, I'm sure. But yeah, pretty stiff him getting dropped. Redlining Colby to either Rochelle, Reed, or double downgrade to Cook. Other trade is Goulden to Murdoch. As I said, Redline, I think I'm on the Cook train. But Rochelle, you could definitely go over Cook because Rochelle could be top. I think I said in the Patreon Q&A, someone asked me a similar question. I said I'd probably go Rochelle over Cook because I think Rochelle could average 90, could be near top of line. But maybe you want to get one more look at Rochelle. He's probably not going to get away from you. Maybe you go Cook this week in the anticipation of getting one of Rochelle or Reed next week. So Rochelle or Cook for me would be where I'd go. Maybe you go Cook for the cash gen, but Rochelle could be good as well. Lee Everett, hey Bales, for my trades this week, I've gone Goulden to Murdoch and McKercher to Sinclair. Yep, like those two. Would leave me a 500k in the bank for next week to bring in Dacos. Yes, like those. Max Hansen. Haven't seen you around for a while, Max. Hope you're going well. I'm going Goulden to Murdoch and Kirch to Jackson. My DPP is awful, so R2, Jack, R3, McAndrew, and lets me use Zacco as a defender, free me up to get Dacos next week. Yeah, I like those. It was my fault for not getting enough DP in my starting squad. It's all good, Max. I like those trades. Guacamole says, yeah, what's the go with the Viz lads? Oh, mate, we'll talk about it soon. I'll just get through these questions before, if there's any questions for tonight. Hello, everyone. G'day, Bales. G'day, Moonboy. Hope you're going well. Smash up likes. Footy's back. Woo, says Moonboy. Yeah, no, make sure you guys do smash up the likes. Brandy says, are we trading Vicentini? You can. I'm probably holding for a couple of weeks because I'll aim to get Jackson, one of Grundy, Jackson, or Gawn in round 4 or 5. Smash the likes up. What's good, chat? Says Limits. Damn, is sweet name. Yes, he is. Moonboy, I'm the only coach in Australia to avoid Gordon. Probably Moonboy. A lot of people got him. Jay Suts, with news of Sweet having and Doveston gone away from double... with the news of Sweet and having Doveston gone away. What's Doveston? What's happened to Doveston? Is he out or something, is he? Doing Kirchenberg to LDU and Murdoch. And still bank 500k for Parish win to Filippo Vicentini issue next week. See LDU as value. Yeah, I like those. Did I do my... Just hang on. Double check. Did I do my tips? I'm very certain I did. I just want to make sure I did. Yes. Went Hawthorn by 10 if anyone wants to know what I'm doing tonight. Everyone asks Bales what's he having for dinner when he comes on. Branny, Sweet named in the ruck and Vicentini on extended bench. Alarm bells. Also Sweet traveling the 18th day. Yeah, I don't think Vicentini will be there. Am I the only one who's stuck with Hayden Young and other forced trades? Says DJ. Yes, I know, very unfortunate. It's fixed up season, DJ. Not so bad, mate. Everyone has issues. Says Moonboy. Coach is going for me. Tron Trips. Who would you trade first, Coach or Rivers? Oh, geez. We had this question in Patreon as well, and this was incredibly tough. I think I said I'd hold Kirch yesterday, but I think I'm back to trading Kirch out over Rivers. Hold Rivers, trade Kirch. Red lighting. Gonna have to scroll back through streams to see if Pals answered my question going on a run. Yeah, no, I did red lighting. Shonkster, most people picking up 2 rookies this week. I think so. I think that's the common play. Angus says, hey, Bales, how's it going? How are you going, Angus? Hope you're going well. Moonboy, does Rivers have the role? Kirch playing half forward flank. Yeah, he's got a solid role, Rivers. But I think the boys can go. Bales, what's for dinner? Says, has Moonboy, what's for dinner? I think Lapinias is what we got for dinner, so which would be nice having that after. Brandy says, leaving Sarong, otherwise feed up for me tonight. So, yep, no, exact same as me. Figsy, hey, Bales, with Dante drop, can I do Colby and Goulden to Cook and Murdoch and go Gorn and Dacos next week? That's definitely something you can look at. I may even do that next week. I've got the cash there to do it. Spruce Moose says, surprised you were doing a watch on, not many relevant players today. More so, Spruce, because I'm not doing one tomorrow because I'll be at the game. And Saturday night is also a pretty dull fantasy game as well. So I thought we'd do one tonight and just get one done for the week. So Corey Butledge, I feel going Goulden and Gallup for Cook and Murdoch, but can only play 21 as Cook will be bench. Yeah, I'll be looping Cook in my midfield. Jay Suts, thoughts on LDU North, have a juicy run. He looks great. Yeah, no, he's an option. One's probably not getting chatted about, but he is an option. Can get Dacos. Can't get Dacos off field, says Corey. Yeah, fair enough. Angus, would you trade McKercher or Filippo first? I think McKercher goes first. Filippo is named, and I think he's more likely to turn around quicker. Ticket looks good. Bal says, Arizona. Thank you, mate. Evening, gent, says Max. How you going, Max? Hope you're going well. Guava Guacamole, what's for dinner, pals? As for Lapinas. McKercher to Cook, Rochelle or Ash or Whitfield, says Casey Johns. McKercher to Cook, Tick, Rochelle to Ash. So McKercher to Cook, Rochelle, Ash or Whitfield. So you won the 4. I think I'm still Cook. You can watch Rochelle this week, and Ash and Whitfield have got a buy. That's where I'm looking there. So Merritt or Caldwell, says Casey Johns. I think I'm slightly going Merritt for the safety, but that's why I want to watch this week and see how it goes. But we are about to get underway for some Thursday night footy between the Swans and the Hawks. Should have said Hawks versus they're the home team. Let's go. What we got? Newcomb, McKenzie, Ward, Warner, McInerney, and Rowbottom in the CBA. There. Be interesting to see how Grundy goes. He could be an option for those that have got, say, Vicentini or a ruck they want to trade, say, round 4 after his early bye when he's got West Coast. There's something to be watching for. Chad Warner's also someone I'm watching tonight just because he's going to get real cheap. And with Goulden out for a while, does he get a bump in CBAs? I would have loved to have seen him in the first CBA, but alas. The other one I'm watching for is just to see if Mills does play any midfield time. I don't think he will, but just with Goulden out for so long, I just wondered they put him in there. Free kick. What's that? Papley lining up for goal. Planet Ocean. Goulden to Bont and Gallup to Murdoch. Tick from me. Just the one worry Planet Ocean with Bont is he's got to buy next week. And then he goes, in a few weeks' time, Hawthorn, Geelong, Sydney. I don't know if it's in that exact order, but that's definite Nash tag, definite Blitzarves O'Connor tag, and then maybe a Jordan tag. I just don't know. Spending up that much for a guy that's got a buy and got some tags coming, I just worry. Scott Shakedown, thoughts on Chad Warner? Yep, someone I'm watching tonight. He's dropping in price. Could be an option post his buy. There's a goal for Papley. He's running away, celebrating. So Sydney get the first goal of the game. where were we? Slowly getting through this chat. And also, Planet Ocean, congrats on a massive week last week, mate. I know you're top 15. I think you're like 13th or something, or 12th, I think you said. So congrats on a very good start to the year. Rippo, Dawson, Callahan in the midfield or Ash in defence. I'm probably going to trade Windsor and Steele. It might be an unpopular opinion, but I'm Dawson over Callahan. Like, Callahan's the number one tag target at GWS. I don't think he's got the fantasy game just yet to average 105 plus and go towards 110 and be a top 8 mid. I think he gets a lot of the ball, but he doesn't rack up enough marks and tackles. So I think I'm Dawson. I think Dawson's more likely to be a top 8 mid. I know Callahan's more value per se, but then again, I probably wouldn't go either at the moment personally. Just with the fact that Callan's got to buy, Dawson's not value, so I probably wouldn't go either. I'd rather go even a Sinclair, Ash, Whitfield in defence and put Rosie into your mids. That's what I'd probably rather do. Sheldrick's another one to keep an eye on as well, just if he gets a bump in midfield time with Goulden out for a while. Does he see a bump in Tog? There's a tackle for Sarong, I think. And miss for Gunston. I'm probably going to trade Windsor and Steele. I'd hold on to Steele, I think. But if you're in a really, really good spot, you can definitely trade Steele, but I'll probably hold. Stu says, G'day, Bales, Ash and Murdoch, or Caldwell and Cook? I think it's Ash and Murdoch, because I'd rather get Murdoch. As I've said, I'm probably on the boat of Cook and Murdoch this week, and wait one more week to see which premium you want. You get another week of data, but I know a lot of people don't want to bank over $1 million, so I'd go Ash and Murdoch in that combo. Geez, Mills are just taking out Melican there. Sarong did get credited with that tackle as well. That's a goal for Hawthorn, goal for McKenzie. So he had a good score last week. What does Josh Sarong have to put up tonight to field him over Blackiston Lindsay? 70 plus for me, I think. I'd want a 70 plus to bench on. But then again, Lindsay's on the extended bench. And there's a few West Coast players, I'm not sure whether they'll be dropped or not. So just a watch on Lindsay. So just keep an eye on that. But yeah, probably 70 plus and then bench Lindsay, I think. Limits Hawthorn by 20 for me. Ethan Fleming, do you do Super Coach or just AFL? I do both. I focus more on fantasy, but I've got a Super Coach team there. So I have to fix up Young and Goulden this week. So probably going to go one up, one down. Probably get Murdoch and so on and wait one more week on Cook because Supercoach you can do that, which is good. Brandy, would you trade Blackiston or Doveston for Cook? Other rookies are sorted. Probably trade Doveston. But if you trade Blackiston, it gives you flexibility. I think Blackiston's going to be a better scorer than what Doveston is. Doveston's a small forward. He's got West Coast, I know. But I just worry with that consistent scoring with a small forward in Doveston. Be interesting to see how Sicily goes again because he's someone that's popped a couple of good scores first couple of games. Do I play McAndrew over Vicentini, says Will McDonald? I think that decision will be made for us. I think Vicentini won't be there, so I would be playing. I think I'll be playing McAndrew anyway, particularly with Toe Murray now out, so he's the solo ruck. They might see a bump in Tog for him. Might be up close into the mid to high 70s for him this week. Grundy's looking good already. I know he hasn't scored many points yet, but he's looking good. So it looks like that knock that he copped last week isn't affecting him too much. How does Viz get dropped after 1 week against arguably the hardest ruck matchup in Meek and Reeves after a whole preseason? We played Cherry last week, but I know I get your point though, because just Cherry I would have as one of the toughest matchups for rucks going around, and he gets dropped. I think it's incredibly silly from Port. They backed him in all preseason as a young ruck, and they're dropping him after a game. And he had a decent matchup this week, so I think it's incredibly stupid. But I'm not the selection committee at Port. Footy Frenzy, rather trade out Parrish or Steele over Carroll or Windsor? Nah, I'd keep Parrish and Steele over those two. I'd probably trade Windsor out of those four. You can trade Carroll if you think he's going to be dropped in the next couple of weeks, but he has been named again, so I'd be trading Windsor. I think. I just think Windsor's ceiling's capped because he doesn't get marks and tackles, so you're relying on like 25 plus touches to get a big score, which I just don't think he's going to do. I just want to see, did Carroll get named on field or on the bench? No, Jack Carroll's been named on field, so there's clearly confidence that he's still... If he's been on field again, that's good. So I think he'll got at least another week or two. Chuck like on the vid guy says, Has, yes, no. Go, please do. And Has, is that Fantasy Footy Bros Has, or is it a different Has? I'm interested to know. What do we do with Viz, says John Sanders? I'm holding. I think we've got bigger issues. And there's a chance he comes back in a week, right? Port have shown that they're happy to change their ruck. So I'd hold till round 4. And if he's not back by round 4, we can trade him to Grundy, Gawn, Jackson, Cameron, whoever you want to. So that's what I'll be doing. What do we... Tim Ashworth. I'm thinking Gallup and Goulden this week to Selwyn and Blackiston next week. Yeah, don't mind that. Tackle for... Who's tackling there? Is that Jake Lloyd? Anyone else got Sarong on field? Says Lee Everett. No, I'm looping him on the bench just because he plays the first game to see how he goes. And I've got Houston to loop him on. So, and I'll just... If he goes well, I can easily put him into the mids and take that score. And then Luke Cook and see how he goes. Got some rookies on field this week, says Lee Everett. Yeah, how many non-rookies have we got on field? I've got 11 this week. So a lot of rookies on field. I got 11 of my players on field and non-rookies. So I got half rookies, half not. So how are you guys sitting this week? Zeno, I can't hope Grundy keeps dropping a bit in cash. Could be a good early upgrade after his buy. Yes, agreed. John says, what do we do with Viz? I've Goulden and McKercher too. I'd trade Goulden and McKercher instead because they're going to drop cash and Vicentini is on your bench. If Vicentini's your R2 and you didn't start McAndrew, say, I'd go get McAndrew in. Where's Sarong? He should be near his... They're over on his wing and he's not there. Interesting. There's Kerno. Oh. No, ping for a throw. Bale's thoughts on either Jack Watkins or Marshall to Cook, says Guava Guacamole. Yep, no, 100%. Watkins to Cook. 2 good reasons why you do that and you keep Marshall. 1, means that Cook's either in your mids or utility, which is great for flexibility. And Marshall is named. So, and I think he plays, and I think Watkins could be dropped as early as next week. And he couldn't even be dropped this week because he's on the extended bench, but he could be gone next week if he's not this week because Wines will be back. So, yeah, definitely Watkins out. And I do love that trade. Here's Malcolm Rosas and kick Sydney's second goal. So we've got 2 goals apiece for both sides so far. Cody Pember, quite a few dollars on the bench this week with $3 million players with $1.4 million in the bank. Sick feeling. I know. I feel you. I got a few players expense on the bench as well, but I'm doing the same. So we're in it together, Kobe. I think a lot of people are doing it. So there's sort of safety in numbers. Is Gallup to Cook okay? Yep, Tim, that's good if you want to do that. Kobe Pember and Murdoch not agreeing somewhat like the other West Coast players because he's on the extended bench, but he's going to play. There's no way they're going to not name him. And if he doesn't get named, I think it makes our world easier, right? Because we just get Cook and then we go get a premium in. So, cheers, Bales. You run the best pod around, says Plant Ocean. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. Dylan Mobbs, the workhorse, the fantasy community, quick one. Do I trade Vicentini as my R3 or trade Roberts or McKercher? Viz to Jackson or Roberts to McKercher or Miller to McKercher? Sorry, Viz to Jackson or Roberts or McKercher to Miller? I think I'm the second one. I'd go McKercher to Miller. Like, Miller, I'd rather wait a week and watch. But I'd rather do that trade because the thing with Jackson is he's had a great score last week, which is he's a great player, right? And he's going to have good scores. I just want to see how he's in the next 2 weeks when Darcy gets more tog on tog and there's more difficult matches because he played Mitch Edwards in his first game, obviously against Geelong. And you'll get a couple more weeks to look at it. We'll see how much Darcy sort of cuts into that time on ground and time in the ruck. So I would go Miller now. And I would get a ruck in a couple of weeks for Vicentine. Well, that's what I'm doing anyway. But no, I appreciate the kind words there, Dylan. Viz to Jackson, or... Oh, yeah, okay, I said it before. Karen Channer, evening all. I rage trade this week to fix my stupidity. I think a lot of us did that, Karen, this week. Cody Pember, not much talk about Unicorn flying on the radar. I don't know if he's flying on the radar per se. It's just I think a lot of people have got McAndrew, so they're happy, and maybe they trade Vicentini, but I'm personally waiting. I want to see more. Berg 120 this week. Locke says has. Yes, I hope so, mate. I hope so. That'd be amazing. Need more watch songs. Love them, says Dynamite. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. Probably just the one this week, but haven't looked at what we've got on tap next week in terms of matchups, but who knows if we'll have more coming or more than just the one next week. We'll see. I'll try and do one a week at least, and we'll see if we got better games, and I might do a couple, but I'll probably less likely to do them on Friday night just because pre-lockout chat just got really busy and really hectic on a Friday night when I do pre-lockout, finish it up. Couldn't export the pod, and then I have to do it after, and it wouldn't go up to like midnight. So it's just, so maybe Friday night's a bit more tricky, but we'll see. It's a lot easier to download the audio now from that. So what have we got? Warner, Jordan, and Rowbottom in that CBA there. McDonald was also in the CBA as well. And Mark Fachol. We're nearly caught up for the chat, which is good. Different has, but get Jordy to wish me happy birthday. No, we'll do, mate. We'll do. You mates, obviously, mates with Jordy. Has. Which are the preen defenders to get from a Kircher, says Baziggy Reagan. Probably, if you want to go for a value guy, Miller is probably the guy, or maybe Fonte, but I'd rather Miller. But I think if you're going for a premium, it's one of Ash, Whitfield, Sinclair. And I'll probably look at the Giants guys because their run coming up is really nice. So, do you go Ash with the big score built in to start? Has Whitfield maybe gone down a little bit in points? I'm not sure. Goal for Chol. So, Hawthorn retake the lead. Oh, no. Well, they're already in front. No, they're already in front by... No, Sydney in front. Sorry, my bad. I expect Whitfield to still score points. I don't expect him to be as quiet as what he has been, but maybe is Ash really having that big breakout this year? Who knows? Only one game. But it's tough to choose between two. John Sands, thoughts on Goulden and McKercher to Cook and Murdoch, banking 1.233 million. I'm doing those exact same trades, John, so I'll say I like them. Tick. Obviously, it sucks having so much money in the bank, but gives flexibility at least moving forward. Sigma God says, hey, Bales, just tuned in. Thank you, mate. Good to have you tuning in. Question I've got, Robertson, Windsor, not sure who to trade to either Caldwell or Merritt. Who are you trading and who to? I trade Windsor over Roberts. I got more confidence that Roberts bounces back to a better score. In terms of Caldwell or Merritt, I've tossed and turned with those two. Merritt's the safer one. I'm just seeing who's named on the bench. Kerno Marks, who we're lining up for goal. So you got Gresham, Sharp, May, Connor Giannis, El Achkar, Johnson, Sardell Hawley, and Newen. I think Sharp will be named. I think Johnson will be named. I think El Achkar will be named. I think Newen will be named. And probably Connor Giannis or El Hawley. So that means Kako's in as the only in. So forward. So who's that mean that's going out? It means that... so it means likely a forward's probably going out there. Robertson's up to half back. So I just have more confidence Roberts bounces back. 8 non-rookie says Kobe Pemba. V Dynamite. Can we get quarter by quarter heat maps on mobile app but not on the website? It's ridiculous. Same with Guernsey numbers. Yeah, a bit frustrating there, V Dynamite for sure. Riley Thompson, Goulden to Sarong and Filippo to Rochelle. Filippo to Rochelle, I tick. I don't like Sarong though. That's just me. I don't like Sarong. Freo don't score points. They're showing that they're just not scoring points this year and even last year. I'd rather go Merritt or Caldwell, one of the S and mids instead. Or go one of those Giants defenders or Sinclair. Or LDU if you want to go for someone around that price. I'm not a big fan of him. Oh, Mills, man. Go to Sarong. Geez, I'm really not looking for Sarong. I know he's on the he's a winger and it can be hot and cold, but here's Warner. Free kick to one. That's a surprising free kick to give. It's a good kick from Warner. Kerno almost. McDonald intercept mark there. Sarong is there for a little short kick if they want to go. Oh, no, they're going instead to bloody Bicey. I wish I could pick Bicey. Josh Sarong, no. I'm just hoping he passes short to Sarong, but that's an awful kick, Bicey. What is that? Yeah, if Bicey had a good opening round score, I would have picked him probably, but no, not to be. Limits remind me of Jack Carroll's coach, though, and what he said did to Joe Garcia Hugh Boxer without the interchange as well. I think I understand what you're saying there, Limits, but the spelling's a little bit off, so I'm not exactly sure what you're saying, but I think I get what you're saying. Sean, don't people's teams normally update when the first game starts, like the players on bye going off field, etc.? Doesn't seem to be changed or into round 2. I think they changed on my end. I think some people maybe just haven't put the buys off because maybe they're looping people on the bench, maybe. So, I'm not sure, Sean. Ellison, I'm looking at a lot of Giants players. They have a great run after their early bye and have their round 13 mid-season bye. They only share Richmond, going to fill a bit of my team with those guys. That's another really good point, Ellison, actually. Mid-season bye is another good one. Jay Sutts, just saying Josh Ward won 50 points in his last 6 quarters. Started to really show his first half of the game, but really going good since then. Yeah, he's looking good so far. So, limits, it's usually a bit iffy with what it shows. You, Sean, can just lag and not be right. You won't really know until they play and the spot's locked in. John Sands, what's your main targets off the bye? I'm not sure, John. I haven't actually looked. I've been too busy fixing up holes in my own team, so I'm not sure. Red lighting, I went mid-price and mad, and now all the rookies popping. I'm going to quickly become a Guns and Rooks team with all the mid-prices that failed. Who could have foreseen this? Yep, no, good point. Yep, for sure. Sarong on the cold wing currently, says Elizeno. Limits, yeah, it's a new app, so probably just scoring themselves out still. Sean shows in heads-up matchups. Cortale says, can we still go Nick Dagos next week if we only take 600k next week and just wait on trading the high vis? Yeah, you can. Yep, you can. But not what you go to their team page. Windsor, Blackers and Viz trade to a Primo. I would trade Windsor, I think. Unless you've got, say, Zach Estelsi and McAndrew, and you can trade Viz to a non-ruck. Sarong get to touch, says Lee Everett. Yeah, just a tackle for him. K updates crap, won't even work on my TV, says Jay Sutts. I like the layout of the new app, but the update has made it a bit some things slower, which is annoying. So, Tristan Sherry Enjoyer says, do we think having 1.48 million in the bank is too much? I traded Goulden to Murdoch and swapped Rosie into defence and traded McKirch to Cook. Well, I've done those exact same trades, Tristan Sherry Enjoyer, and I've got 1.359 million. So I'm going to say no, it's not. Like, it's a lot, and it sucks, but it's just, I think, the cards we've been dealt. 2 rookies have popped up. No premiums are screaming value and screaming pick me. And we got some good options coming off the buy that we might be able to pay up for. So I'm of the opinion that it is fine to be banking that much. Elizeno, is it okay to trade Blackstone if the rest of your team's all right? Yes, yep, you can. Yep, if he's your worst issue, yeah, you can trade. And the other thing, Trish Chair Enjoy, the other thing as well is that because we're in best 18, as long as you get most of that cash used and points onto the field by the end of best 18, I don't think you'll be hurt too much with having that. And especially as well, a lot of us are probably going the double rookie choice. So that's probably why. Carl's still loading $45 a month for this, says Minamoto. Yeah, it's frustrating. Can we bring in the Brisbane rookie next week for Viz? I wouldn't, because he could easily be dropped in when Andrews and Gardner... Because Gardner will be back, Andrews could be back, will be back in a couple of weeks as well, so I don't think you can. I think you had to start him if you wanted him there, because then you get the cash bump of 50k to start the year, but not for me. I'm looking at Houston next week, but not sure who else is. John Sanders. Yeah, Houston, good option, very good option next week, if you don't have him. 100% agree, and I've got all the top primos, says Trish Cherry Enjoy. Yeah, exactly, that's what I mean. There's no, Merritt and Caldwell, question marks on the Essendon midfield. I'm not interested in Sarong. Callahan's got a buy, and I don't think he's got huge amounts of upsides. Are they going towards Sarong? But no, they're going to go to Lloyd instead. Sarong will get a handball here, though. So good to see at least Sarong getting a touch of the ball. McAdoo could have given it back to Lloyd there. Oh, Papley got Sarong. Oh, Sarong, take the mark. Oh, Lloyd, give it to Sarong. Lloyd, you idiot. What are you doing? Seriously, let's kick to a 3-on-5 where Hawthorn got the numbers. That's just, again, a dumb kick. He had Sarong for a handball and he would have had a shot. My God. So sick of these players just not taking the easy option. May's going to get the free kick there. Seriously, my God. Can't afford Merritt or Caldwell. Got Sinclair's. Elder, your solid pick, says Roddy Thompson. Yeah, do you? Yep. No, if you want to go there, I don't mind. He's got a good run coming up. Wow is cool, GMD. Who do you think is going to win? I've tipped Hawthorn, but Sydney have made an okay start. I just tipped Hawthorn just with the fact that Heaney and Goulden are out. Best thing about the West Coast membership at the moment is getting 50% off KO, says Red Lighting. Can Sarong's teammates give him the ball, says Leverett. Agreed. Lloyd not passing to Sarong, shake my head, says Elizano. Exactly right. It was just crap. It was just dumb football. Tristan Joy. I like the look at Dylan Stevens for obvious reasons. Think with the soft matchup, he's a good option. Looked like Blameyes was hitting him every time he got it. Not for me. Just think this is a typical round one pop score. Like, he might go well again, but I can't see it being a long-term thing, and he's too expensive to take that risk, I think. Max says, bringing in Miller this week, wanted to start him, but didn't have the guts, so to make up for it, he's my VC this week, 120 plus against the Dogs. Fair enough, Max. Limit table, sorry to ask again, I've been lagging and dropping in now, so not sure if I may have missed it, but did you get my message on Patreon? Yes, sorry, no limits, I forgot to reply. Sorry, I will reply to your message very, very soon. Apologies, mate. Has says, what value primos are you looking at off their buy next week? I'm looking at Dacos, Zorko, Smith, but they're not necessarily value. Yeah, exactly. But I don't think there's a lot of premiums that are value, and we don't have to spend the money, but I'd like to get a premium in. So Nick Dacos probably top of list. Dane Zorko's obviously a good option as well. Baz, obviously, he's dropped a tiny bit, and he looked great last week. Max Holmes looking really good. These rule changes could really suit someone like him. Dunkley's an option as well. He's dropped a bit. Josh Dacos is there if you don't have Walsh. Houston. Like, there's a lot more options next week. And then we also get another week of data to watch all these guys this week. So, Max says, any chance you can call out timer swing and sync up our games? Yes, I will. What is it here? So we got 6:26, 6:25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, and then obviously Guns kick goals that stop. So hopefully that syncs you guys up there. Wish I could have a timer up here, but I tried doing it and it just didn't work. My computer just didn't have the capacity to have the ticker on the bottom, which I like having. The scores on the side, and then also the scoreboard and time, unfortunately. So, what was it? Oh no, that's right. I already checked that. I was wondering why I have the Port Essendon game open, but I was checking for where Roberts' name's at that bit. So, all good. I've now caught up to the chat, which is nice. Took us nearly a quarter, but we're there. Never mind, somehow you're in the future, says Max. Fair enough. But yeah, no, we got 11 goals so far. 6 goals straight for Sydney. Hawthorn 5-3. So it's looks like it's going to be another high-scoring game again, which is nice to see. Who do you think will be the top 4 this year? Oh, good question. I think Brisbane will still be there. I know they obviously lost to the Dogs and then lost to Sydney last week, but I expect them to still be top 4. I'm just going through teams in my head. I would have had Sydney there, but we Goulden out for a while now. I think they take a slide down slightly, so maybe not top 4 lock. Geez, Josh Sarong's just been burnt again. Teammates just don't want to pass him at the moment. Like, he's been open a number of times. So at Brisbane as a top 4. Probably the Dogs, the way they've looked so far. Probably top 4 at the moment. Maybe, I think Crows will still be there or thereabouts for top 4. Hawthorn could be there, but I do have my just question marks on Hawthorn. Collingwood, I think, takes slight slide this year. I think Geelong slide a tiny bit as well, just with older lists. Gold Coast? I didn't say Gold Coast, right? But Gold Coast probably the other one. So it's probably, not in order, but Adelaide, Brisbane, Bulldogs, Gold Coast, probably. Probably where I've got it. But Sydney could easily be there as well, even if they're missing Goulden. So there's a few teams that could be there. Copember, anyone lower than 8? No, anyone lower than 8. No rooks on team this week. Not good stats. There's Sarong. Don't think he got a disposal away there though. Still got about 5 minutes to go. Come on, Sarong, get in there, mate. Get a tackle. No. Wicks tackle Nash without the ball. That's Sarong's free kick. Awesome. So Sarong will get the kick here. Yeah, I'm not expecting Sarong to go 70 plus against Hawthorn. I was hoping maybe revenge game, but I don't think he's going to get used enough. But we did see him in the first half against Carlton that they used him a lot, and he was on 50 odd at half time. So there's every chance he can still get a 70 from here, but I guess we'll see. McInerney, oh, here we go. It's coming towards Sarong now. Blakey trying to take on like 3 players. Sarong could get something here. Got a handball just there. So Sarong's had a few touches of late, which is good to see. Dylan Mobbs, let's be honest, Jacob. Dylan, I'm not going to say that. I know you're his cousin, right? So I know you could probably say that, but I don't want to say it, right? That's funny. Josh Wrong, 6-point quad incoming. Trust says Trish Cherry enjoy. Oh, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Elizano, all the ball is going down the corridor right now. Not a chance for someone to get the ball. Got a few touches late, but I know what you're saying. Limits, where's that coming from, Dylan? Oh, he's Jake's cousin, so it's all good, Limits. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Trish Cherry enjoy. Who's your VC and C? I've got English VC and Sheasel captain. I uploaded my captain's video earlier today, so if you want to check that out, then yeah, please do. List my top 10 there. I'm going Rosie VC into English. Sorry, Rosie VC into Sheasel, sorry. It's I like English as well. English and Rosie I've been tossing up. Those two. I've gone Rosie for the better matchup. I think English will be good for a 105 to 120. I think he'll be so. I don't know if he's going to go much over 120. I think McHenry's going to be a tough matchup for Rux this year with his height and his hit outs, and he'll play a bit more game time as well. I think English will still do his thing around the ground, but Crows has still been a tough matchup for mids. So I know Dagos went well last week, but Dagos is a different breed. So I think I'm Rosie against the Bombers. I expect Port to respond in a big way. Get a win at home. Rosie to rack up. Butter's probably going to be the guy, if any week going gets attention. So I think Rosie will go well. Because Rosie, if he gets attention, will just go to halfback. So I'm Rosie VC because Sheasel's the guy I want captain anyway. So that's where I'm going. So what do you got? 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. It feels like this call's gone for a long time. I like that everyone's having a go at Dilla, but then people realise that he's his cousin. Yeah, no, it's all good, guys, all good. Any cheeky multis on tonight, Bell, says John. No, not for me tonight. Was that a tackle? Oh, what? That apparently was 15. I don't think that was a 15-metre kick, but anyway. Damn it, that would have been good for another wrong tackle. Do you tick off Whitfield VC and Sheasel captain? Is Rosie a better VC? I feel like Whitfield's primed for a peak game this week. He's got the ceiling, so I'd definitely say you can do that. Kerno has not looked... Oh, God, I hate that so much. I hate when players do. I don't care who you are. Don't care if you're Kerno, if you're Buddy, if you're Thilthorpe, Darcy, whoever you are. I hate when players turn their back. I don't care if Kerno's within range. He's 50 metres out, and I know it was only because Josh Sarong, who we've got, was there, but he was free. Sorry. Yeah, and you want to kick it. And he's hit the post. So, mate, how about Charlie, mate? How about instead of being a bit selfish, how about you turn around, you look and see if there's a better option? Maybe someone was near Sarong. Maybe he didn't, and he wasn't going to kick, but he just didn't look. Just absolutely hate it. So, but sorry, Elizano, back to your question. No, you can definitely go Whitfield. Good matchup. Could go massive. I'm a fan of going for a VC with a ceiling this week because I think Sheasel's such a good option in that last game. I've got Rosie ahead in my rankings this week. So I'd say I'd go Rosie, but you can definitely go Whitfield for sure because he's got a big ceiling and he's got a great matchup. I like Rosie as well, but so late in the round makes me slightly worried, says Trish Cherry Enjoyer. Oh, the thing with that, though, is that we got bye players, so it's fine. You got a loop that locks out in the final game. Sarong could be on for a kick here if they do switch it. They do have the numbers over for if Bicey goes. Bicey, switch it. Go to Sarong. Go to Sarong. Sarong's there. Yes. +6 for Sarong. Good to see. I wouldn't mind a bit of chip here. Millsy, go back to Sarong. Millsy, go back to Sarong. He's gone to Blakey. Sarong could be on for another kick here if Blakey decides. I think he's going to go long though. Yeah, he's going to go long. Damn it, that would have been pretty handy to get another +6 at the end of the quarter. Brass, good intercept mark there. But yeah, so Tristo and Joy, yeah. So you and that's quarter time as well, by the way. But because you've got bye players this week, don't lock out until the final game. You can safely loop those Port guys with Sheasel. Is it too early to bring binge eat chocolate? Says Karen. Probably not quite yet. I don't think we're quite there yet. Jordox was paying good money. Says Max. What was he paying good money for? Yes, so chat just being cheeky, said Dylan. Yeah. Tony Ford, still think Cook is a good trade. Yes, I do. I like him. Strong +6, nice as Elizeno. Brad Smith, hey, Bales. Thoughts on rolling with both Ash and Whitfield? I don't know if I'd have both. Just because they both got the round 4 bye. But if you like both, they've got great matchups. So can't talk you out of it. Kay still learning, says Minamoto. Maybe, have you tried... depending on where it is, if it's on your TV or whatever, maybe try closing the app. Maybe turn off your TV, unplug it, leave it for a couple minutes, maybe leave it for a minute or two, then plug it back in. Maybe that normally sometimes works for me. I'm not sure, but Sarong 17 at quarter time. Con need A+ loot with best 18 this week, says Elizeno. But yeah, let's go through these scores. So we've got Corey Warren top scoring, which is not who I had at the top. Tom Papley 33. Chol 32, Weddle 30, Mills 30, so good start for Mills off half back. Gunston 28, Kerno 28, Scrimshaw 27. I got him in draft in a couple of leagues. Meek 25, Blakey 23. I haven't noticed Reeves at all. Is he playing tonight? Blakey 23, Sheldrick's on 20. Dylan Moore's on 20. 22, make that for Dylan Moore. Must have been some late adjustment there they missed. Jai Sarong's on 17, right? That's okay. Considering that he wasn't very busy at all in that quarter, and he still got to 17, I think we'll take that. Anyone else? Bicey's on 17, Aim on 17, Watson 14, Ward 14, bit quiet from Josh Ward. McInerney only 14 as well. Thought he'd be a bit more busier, having a bit more mid-time tonight. Con McDonald only 14 as well. That'd be disappointing for those out there that do own him. He's probably the next popular guy from tonight. Who else we got? Melican's on double digits in the first quarter. Shout out to the Hatchet boys there. Roberts Newcomb on 9. Warner's on 8. Jeez, that's low. Sicily's on 6. That's low as well. Jeez. Grundy's on 6. Wow. Jeez, we got some low scores from some players here. Oh, Reeves is playing. He's only on 3. Yeah, wow, okay. We got some low scores from some guys that people may own, even if they're a little bit unique. So it's a bit disappointing for those that own them. Yeah. Not a high-scoring fantasy game so far, and not many fantasy-relevant players over 25, so... Grundy on 6, yikes, says Elizano. Yep, such a boring fantasy game, says Jay Kwok. Yeah, I agree. I wish that we had a better matchup tonight. But we don't really have many... the only good matchup for fantasy in prime time this week is the Adelaide Bulldogs game, but I'll be at the game, so I couldn't do a watch-along for that one. I was going to check, who have we got next week? So, Geelong, Adelaide, I'll probably watch that game, so I probably won't do a watch-along for that one. Then we've got Collingwood, GWS next Friday night, which could be a good one, especially if a lot of us bring in Nick Dacos. And then we got Essendon, North Melbourne. Ugh, geez, unless I bring in a Merritt or something, that might be a tough one, unless you got... Well, Sheasel would be good, right? But... Could do one next Friday night. Maybe we do one next Friday night. That's probably the one that stands out of those 3. If Steele has another poor game, could you trade him next week? Thing is Steele and Carroll to Dacos and Zorko next week if all goes to plan, says Tony Ford. You can. You can if he goes poorly. I think he'll go better. I think he said that he felt a bit off last week. Had a big last quarter. If he has a couple more quarters like that, I think he'll be over 100. So... you can trade for as a poor score. I think we've got bigger issues, though, than Jack Steele. And even Darcy Parish. I think there's bigger issues in most teams. But if his biggest issue, you could trade if he stinks it up. Shonkster, do we think Sharp and Lindsay will get selected? I think both will. It'd be tough on Lindsay to be dropped. He actually looked pretty good, particularly in the last quarter. Fresh Prince Oz, I'd be worried about Grundy if I was an owner. I'm happy he will continue to decline in his price. I'm looking at him as a potential upgrade, but I hope he gets himself going that after a while. Well, I think if he stinks it up tonight, you can't trade into him in round 4 because you've got the bye next week. Just don't think you can trade into him, which means you either hold McAndrew R2 or maybe Gawn. Maybe part for Gawn. Just set and forget Gawn and English. I think they'll be the two. So that's what I'm looking at anyway. Potentially even as early as next week. Like if Vicente's not named again next week, it gets me a guy covering English on the bye. McAndrew can continue to make money on my bench. And I know I'm paying overs for Gawn. But if you're ever going to pay up for overs for anyone, Ruckline is probably somewhere you can definitely do it. So Gawn's someone I'm definitely looking at as early as next week, round 4 potentially, if Grundy can't get it going. If Sarong can go 6+, I'm happy, says Lee. I wanted to go 70+, but really as much as he can just for cash gen. But I'd like to have a 70, 80 score on field to maybe take it if I'd like. Do we think Carroll or Lindsay will be more likely to get dropped? I think Carroll probably more likely, but hopefully both are still there. Like I wasn't worried about Lindsay until I saw him on the extended bench, so I think he's fine. Grundy could be under 900k in a few weeks, says Elizeno. Trish, Cherry and Joy, honestly, how many wins are North getting and where are they finishing on the ladder? I think they'll finish anywhere from maybe 11th to 16th worst, but I think they're not going to finish bottom 4. I think they might be taking a bit of an uptick this year. Is Colby Miller a good trade, says Luke Turner? You can do it. It's risky, and you probably need Miller to go in the mid-90s to be a good pick. I think you can do it. Colby got a trade, so I'll tick it off. Yep. Katale says, would you go Ash over Whitfield Bales? Had better scores than preseason games. I think you can. Yep, I think you can. Maybe Ash is starting to really take over a bit more, and Whitfield's going to do his thing still, but maybe not as much responsibility. But I don't know. It's been only a couple of games. Whitfield could come out and score 130. Ash could be 90. I think they're both going to be good picks, so I don't think you can go wrong. Maybe you go Ash because he's got the big score built in to his price, and he won't drop at all if he was to have a stinker. But yeah, second quarter underway. So Grundy gets the first hit out, which is good there, and he gets a handball. And almost a tackle. That was unlucky. Jai Sarong stunning on the ground. How much game time did Jai Sarong play in the first quarter? Because did he come off? I don't know if he did. Rookies playing in my team this week. Robertson, Buderick. I don't count Buderick as a rookie. I don't think. I count him as a mid-pricer. So I wouldn't count him. I wouldn't count Murphy Reid either. So that's 2 guys. McAndrew, yep. Murdoch, Sharp, Grill, Dersman, Blackerson, Lindsay, Jakes, and Selwood. And on the bench, Doverson, Lombard. So you've got 10. So you've got the same as me, Kobe. Because I wouldn't count Buderick or Murphy Reid as rookies. So, yeah, you got 10. Karen Shanahan, my 3 Swans players may go next week. Useless springs to mind. Kobe Pember, 12 playing rookies, 2 on the bench. Shit, says Kobe. I think a lot of people are in the similar boat. I think so. Free kick for Chad Warner. Sarong could be on for +6 if they go to the right. Go to the right. Millsy, go. No, Warner, kick over there. Come on, where's Sarong? There he is. Sarong, yes. +6 coming up for Josh Sarong. Good to see. Him being on the wing gives him the ability to rack up big quarters. So I'm hoping that he can have a big quarter here. So +6 is a good way to start that. There's Bicey. That's another shocker from Bicey. What? His kicking's been off tonight so far. And McDonald, didn't hang on to it long enough, I don't think. No. Just dropped it right at the end. There's a tackle for Sicily. Luke Jackson, too. I'm a big fan of him, too. Fantasy and probably more so in real life, says Fresh Prince Oz. Yeah, and if you're watching up a couple weeks for him, then you can definitely look at Jackson. I probably want to watch him for another week at least, Jackson, before trading in. I just think Darcy will see an uptick. It'll be a tougher matchup against Gawn for Jackson. So I just want to see. Because I don't think Jackson's going to be a top 2 ruck. My round 1 rank was around 2k. Do you think I should go for more cash gen this week or get a premium for a higher score? Says Shonkster. Yeah, you can play it 2 ways. You can be aggressive and get a premium in But are you sold on a premium? You have to be sold on a premium, I think, to be bringing a premium in. I don't think you should be bringing a premium in for the sake of it. I think you've got to be keen on them. And I'm personally not super sold on any premium. Like, there are good options, but I'm not super sold on anyone to pay over $1 million to bring them in. So I'm not looking at premium this week. I'm looking at some next week. There's a tackle for Sarong that could be a free against, though. That's a bit harsh. That's pretty harsh for a free kick against. Like, Sarong's tackled Impey, and he's dropped the ball, and he gets ping fouled in the man. I hate that rule when a player drops the ball and the umpire calls free kick. What they should be doing in that scenario is, if the player's got it, they haven't really gathered possession, then they drop it. It's not holding the ball, but it's not holding the man either. It's just play on. Like, they've got to be fair for the tackler, right? The tackler's tackled him thinking he's got possession, and he's dropped it. Here's McDonald lining up for a goal. I think it's really shit, that rule. Colby getting more minutes this week, says Unique. A little bit, but I don't think it's going to jump up to anything significant. Sarong had 100% tong in the first quarter, says Elizeno. Good to see. Grundy, West Coast matchup after his bye, says Has. I think if he drops a stinker again, you can't jump into it. Because there's no confidence. Blackson needs to go. Sweet in a very hard matchups to come. Need trades next week for upgrades. I just think there are bigger issues. But if it's your biggest issue, then trade him for sure. You can definitely trade his biggest issue. D-Train, hey, Buzz, good to see you doing the watch-ons again this year. Thank you, mate. Didn't expect the Vicentini news. Can we just hold until there's some better options if we're already happy with our trades? Yep, that's what I'm doing. I'm looking at maybe as early as next week with all the spare cash getting gone. If Grundy doesn't look as good this week, I get gone. I get the extra number next week. McAndrew goes to bench. Can continue making cash there. So I think it's an option next week. You could go Grundy if he looks a bit better from here on in. You could look at him after his bye. Here's Sicily for a +6 coming up. So yeah, no, he's I'd be waiting. Yeah, I'd be waiting, I think. Happy with the first game, says Limits. Josh Wrong, 100% Tog starting and starting on field, says Footy Frenzy. Trade Grundy on his bye, says Guava. If you put up an absolute stinker, you could look at it. You could. Katale, Sinclair the safer option, not knowing which other defender will pop off week to week. I think both Giants defenders will go well regardless. So I think I'd go Giants defender just with the easier run. But if you're going to go for Sinclair, he's a great option as well. He's looking really good, so you can definitely go there. And Jake's in the chat. He's like, did I hear people talking smack in the chat bars? Had to make an appearance. I won't name names, but there may have been a comment made. And it may or may not have been from a family member of yours, Jake. But no, mate, appreciate you making an appearance, mate. Looking forward to catching up tomorrow night at the footy. Should be good fun and a good game as well. I've Conor McDonald, says Minamoto. Yeah, he's looking good in this quarter. So his score's starting to take up. He's already up to 32 after a quiet start. What's the line to play Sarong over Grill or Lindsay? For me, 70 plus D-Train over Lindsay because Grill's on field. We'll buy VC Rosie or Butters to or English. I've got Rosie at 2, English at 3, Butters at 6. So I think I'll go Rosie. But if you check my captain's video, I go in depth with all those options. So feel free to check that out. And Charles missed that one. G'day, Bales and everyone, says Will. G'day, mate. Hope you're going well. How's it holding? Yep, no, agreed, Will. I don't think it was. Should have been a +5 instead of -3. No, it would have been a +8 because he would have got the kick as well. So, yeah, I think it was an average call. I think it should have just been a +4, a tackle, and play on. But there's Grundy with a handball. Oh, really good tap on from Papley there. If he didn't tap that on, he was being tackled, and then they wouldn't have a chance here. Josh Sarong. Give it to Sarong. Sarong. Handball to Sarong. Cleary. Sarong. Kick the goal, mate. No, he's got the kick anyway. We'll take the kick, but I was hoping he would have gone for goal. Sicily in the set mark there. Should be a no call or holding the ball, says D-Train. I'm in favour of the no call for that one with Sarong. I just think that it would have been better if it was a no call. He didn't have long enough for it to be holding the ball. I just think, yeah, no call would have been the better one, but oh well. Nothing we can do about it. There's Bicey. A very long handball far out. Josh Sarong is on the other side of the 50 if they want to real switch it right across the ground, which they're not going to do. Robert's going to go to the top of the square. Who's that going to? Is that another free against Grundy? I reckon that's his third one for the game so far he's given away. Fresh Prince Oz, I take it you believe it's worth waiting for Dacos next week, but I've already got him. I brought in Merritt for Goulden. Who are the midfield options next week? Hines, Baz, McCluggage, Dunkley. Not McCluggage, but the other three could be options. I don't mind going Merritt, particularly if you've got Dacos next week. Already got Dacos throwing your team. Yeah, I think you can do it. Yep. Grundy looks Spencer's Elizeno. Yeah, he hasn't looked great. Here's Conor McDonald again. Conor McDonald getting really busy. He's up to 38 now. He's had a very good start to the game. Is that a free kick against Mills? No, don't think so. Potentially more mid-time for Murphy Reid with Young out and Scary named. Yeah, maybe. Has. Yep. I think you'll get a little bit of an uptick. I don't think it'll be massive because I still think guys like Erasmus and Johnson will be ahead of him. So, but yeah. D-Train, you going to gather around this year? Would love to buy you a beer, mate. Thanks, mate. Appreciate that, D-Train. Yeah, but yeah, gather around this year. I'll be at the Traders live show, which will be good. Sarong just got a handball there as well. Sarong just got another handball there. So a couple of handballs for Sarong, which is good. But yes, no, I'll be at gather around, bit live show, bit all the Adelaide Oval games, which will be good. So I'm sure I'll see a heap of legends there across the weekend. It's my favourite weekend of the year. Catching up with everyone, seeing everyone watching multiple games of footy, like what could be better? Josh Sarong, is he here for a handball? Rowbottom didn't go there, and so he went to Cleary. And Cleary's just been told the ball. Would love to see your reaction when your horse turns for home in front of you that get excited for a Sarong kick, says Brad. McDonald says Max. D-Train, this is exactly how I watch footy now, yelling at TV for every play towards the players we own. Yep, no, it's the only way to watch footy. I don't know if Sarong got a touch there at all. Don't think he did. But yeah, geez, it's so hard to keep up the chat these days. Constantly having to whip through these chats, so appreciate all the legends getting in the chats as always. What do you got? 11.5 minutes to go in the quarter. Hopefully Sarong keeps doing what he's doing. It's getting a bit busier. Still not like huge just yet. Don't think he's going to score much more than 70, but it'd be nice to still have that hope. The good thing is if Sydney keep taking marks in defensive 50, or it keeps doing this, Sarong handball, you might get it back here. So a couple of touch for Sarong there, handball and a kick. Kick wasn't the best. It didn't come off the boot right, but going to have games where he does score well. He just doesn't have the role. He doesn't have the role that we thought would be as good. So I don't mind not having him and him having a good score every now and again, which he's going to do because he's a good player, but he just doesn't have enough of a midfield role to be a consistent 90-plus guy, I don't think. Like, he could, forward line, but Max says C-Mac, then a crying face. So does he miss it here? Yeah. Oh, geez, that's a shocker. That's nearly gone out in the fault. Moore has certainly lifted after his first game. Yep, no, he's going okay. I think the Hawthorn forwards are starting to rack up last couple of games. Bicey with the kick in. I would like a switch back to Bicey and then switch it to Sarong. That would be ideal. There's Dipper on the screen. If Sarong scores well in this game, who do you bench out of Grill, Jakes and Windsor? Is there a way you could loop Fresh Prince Oz? Is there a way you could then loop Grill in the mids? Because he plays first game Saturday and you could put him in the mids. Is there a way you got like a defender and utility or something like that you could have a look? Because that's what I would do, and then get the best score, and then you can decide if you want to bench a couple to take both scores or take one or anything. So I'd do that if you can. But if you can't, is it crazy to side bench Windsor there? Because Grew and Jake seem to look like they've got better ceilings. I don't know. Maybe you look at. I was going to say look at Jake's, but you obviously loop Sarong on the bench, right? So, but you need a 70+ to consider it. So, Loving the content again this year, Bales. Love your work. Thanks, MJ. I'm seriously considering Caleb Sarong. I don't see any real tag threats until maybe Hawks or Saints around 9 or 11 thoughts. Nah, not for me. I'm just not on Sarong, personally. If you're keen and you think you can go really well, then by all means, you can definitely go there. But I just think Freo just don't have a game style that's conducive to fantasy scoring. So even if he doesn't have a tag coming up, I just don't see him having a big enough ceiling to be a consistent 100 scoring player. So I don't think I'd go there. Come on, Blakey. Look to your right, mate. Look to your right. Look to your right. No, that's your left. Look to your right. Look to your right. No. What are you doing, man? Go to a contest. No. We want Jai Sarong. That's all we want. But no, MJ, I appreciate the kind words there as well. But if you're keen on Sarong, by all means, go ahead. I won't talk you out of it, but I'm just not keen on Sarong, personally. I like Jai Sarong, because he's obviously a rookie. But not his brother. His brother's a great player, a very, very good player, elite inside mid, but I just don't think he's a consistent fantasy option in the Freo game style and then tags at any point. And I don't have him, just very nearly started him and everyone got off him. Yeah, I was the same as well. I nearly started him, but got off just with Buderick, Lombard, Petrarca, just round 3. I didn't want to have too many of those guys. I think Brayshaw does heap better when Young's out. No stats to back up, just a vibe from watching supporting, says Kobe. I agree. I think he'll have an uptick, but yeah, just again, Freo. What's the midfield mix now without Goulden, says D-Train? It looks to be Rowbottom, Sheldrick, McInerney, Warner. So a few guys running through there. Jordan as well. Holy C-Max says, who's that? Someone's got the tracksuit on. Chol's in the way. Oh, it's just Will Day. I thought for a second that someone had got injured. There's a tackle for Grundy. What's Blakey's scoring been like this year? Man always has the ball. I think it's just he can have some good games and have some quiet games. I think it's just how it goes. Free kick for Grundy, and of course they take the advantage. Have we noticed as well this year how a lot of our rucks have got free kicks, but teams have always taken advantage, and our rucks don't get points, which is very, very frustrating. Particularly for those that own those players, Warner and Newcomb getting into it. I got C-Mac and Mills in draft, so I'm Kiss says has. I wouldn't say Kiss because they're good players. A lot of people draft them, right? But you're happy though. I wouldn't say Kiss, but you'd be pretty pleased with how they're going so far. They're related, says Minamoto. Yep, Jai and Caleb brothers. Haven't been on McDonald, but looks like he's getting it done. Is it real top 6? As I said, he'll have good games. He'll have a few quiet games, but he's a lot more half forward. I just don't think he's going to be a consistent enough option to be a top 6 forward, personally. But I could be wrong. Maybe he does start scoring really, really consistent in the role he's playing. But he doesn't have that bump in CBAs for me to be confident enough in it. Oh, I thought Josh Sarong was going to get... Oh, hang on. He could here. No, Bicey didn't look there. Went to Blakey instead. Blakey's been very busy, so he's up to over 50. Switch it. Oh, no, Charles there. Bicey, other way. No. They're constantly going out to this wing. Like, they're not going enough to the opposite wing, which is frustrating. Is that Josh Sarong coming into the middle of the ground? Or is he coming off for a spell? I think he's coming off for a spell. I think. Maybe not. Maybe switching wing. I don't know. He just ran over the middle of the ground and come over to the other wing. Maybe sick of them using the other wing, so he's like, get me the ball. Or playing defence, maybe. Josh says, why aren't I getting Sarong score if he's emergency and I've Houston on field? You should be getting it. If he's your emergency, you're either going to get it or you should be getting it already. I'm not sure. Now, Sarong hasn't come off. No, maybe he's just swapped wings. Or he's at half-back, maybe. I don't know. That's interesting. I don't know why he swapped. What have we got? Still got 6 minutes to go. What is Sarong on, actually? Good. I want to see what he's on. He's in the 30s now, at least. 32. That's okay. If he can get over 40 at half-time, I think we'd be fairly happy with that. He'd be on track for an 80, if that's the case. So, I don't think he's necessarily been, like, very, very busy. So, if he's... Yeah, I guess we'll see. Buy players currently don't count. The scores will be counting at the end of the round when full lockout's in effect. Okay, Josh, that might be why then. I thought they normally count straight away, but maybe they don't. Fresh Prince Oz, I can't do it because I started Grill my defence, so Jagger is currently in my utility spot. I've considered dropping Windsor. Hopefully, Josh Sarong can go big to make a justified decision. Yep. Yeah, good call. Buy players don't lock out till the end of the round. You'll get the score then, says Has. Okay, yep. So that would be why. Is Brass injured? Looks like a knee at the moment for Brass. He just pointed to his knee, so hopefully everything's okay there. As Lloyd turns it over to Impey. Not as many goals in this quarter. Had a lot more goals in the first quarter. Here's Josh Sarong. He dropped the mark. Oh, Sarong, man, what are you doing? That's just such a dumb free kick to give away. He didn't need to do that. Fuck's sake. It's such a dumb free kick. Like, there's 2-on-1. You don't need to push him in the back. It's such a just dumb IQ. And he's conceded a goal. So, I tip Hawthorn. So, like, for my tip, it's good. But just such a dumb decision. Why'd he do it? Like, he could be on 40 if that wasn't a hold the man free kick and then he didn't do that stupid free kick. Thanks for your responses, says Fresh Prince. Also, all good, mate. Happy to help. D-Train doesn't happen to end the round. Yep, all good, all good. So, bloody Sarong, man. Now he's back to 29. 32 looks so much better than 29. God, seriously, man? Why'd you have to give that free kick away? You've conceded a goal, and it's just a dumb free kick. I took Hawks by 15. Sydney do not have a good record when Gould and Nahini are out. And that's why I went Hawthorn as well. I went Hawthorn by 10 tonight. So frustrating. So frustrating. Well, he's still out there. So I think he still had I think he hasn't come off yet. I think he's still at 100% TOG, which is crazy. But you'd probably like if he's at 100% TOG, he'd be doing slightly better than what he is. But as I said, if those two free kicks weren't against him, is that a free kick to Chol now? Another free kick to Hawthorn. All right, Sarong pissing me off. I'm getting a burger back in a bit, says Has. Oh, good, mate, see in a bit. Hopefully they don't rest Sarong in the second half more because he was highest TOG in the first half. They did it, funny enough, in that game against Carlton, right? It was like 90-odd% TOG in the first half and they rested him a lot. Hopefully not. Being on a wing, hopefully he's okay. Sarong, mate, go to your right, please. Or go short, because Sarong's short there. No, they're going to go long. It's funny how often players don't go to our players that we own. They always go to other options. Geez, Hawthorn can't kick, says Max. Give me Port Vise from a few years back. Nash could have been free kick for holding there. Seemed to have one arm being completely held. There's McInerney with a couple of touches. Sarong could be on here. No, Kerno didn't take it cleanly. And it's gone over Sarong's head. If Bicey gets there, Bicey, mate, get there. Where's Sarong? Hit Sarong. Bicey, mate, cool, mate. Ah, Melican was going to Sarong, got bloody smothered. Thanks, Weddle, you idiot. Really didn't want you to bloody be smothering it there. Yeah, I think he's going to Sarong. Is Visitini a massive fail pick now, says D-Train? No, I don't think so. I think it was dumb from Port to to be bringing in Sweet after one game. Like, seriously, like they get pumped. Vicentini far from their worst player. And against Cherry, and then he gets dropped when he's got a better matchup this week. I just don't get it. I really don't. They've given all the run to Vicentini in the preseason, and after one big loss in round one, they've thrown everything out and they've gone, let's play Sweet again. No, you're running like City keep running themselves in trouble when Sarong is free, and Wicks will just kick here. That's all Wicks. Like Wicks is so shit, man. He's a good one-on-one defender and he can lock down, but he is so shit when distributing on a half-back. All he does is just runs with the ball and boots it long. He never looks for a short target, never handballs. It's just like, how can you be that stupid as a footballer? Mills, Mark. Okay, switch it, please. Switch it, please. And he's going to Wicks, so Wicks won't make the right call, I don't think, here. Bicey, go to Sarong, please. And, oh my God. And he's run with it, and he's bloody bounced it and run past it and left it behind. Can we go to Sarong, please? No, let's handball to bloody Corey Warner instead. Handball to Sarong. Thank you. Give it back to Sarong. Give it back to him, Papley. Oh, God damn it, man. These players really don't want to give to our players. McInerney. And he's kicked it. So, goal to McInerney. Oh, man. Grundy giving away another free kick. Says, I saw that. Silly me, I forgot I've got Lindsay on my field, so I reckon I could drop him instead. I'd be holding Lindsay if he's named. I wouldn't be dropping him. Corn slam Vicentini on SEN this week. Well, I don't know. Well, to be fair, and Max, I know you just told me I'm not having to go here, but Kane Corn's an idiot, right? He comes out with some... like, broken clock's right twice a day, and on this occasion, I think he's wrong. Because he's a young ruck. He's up against one of the most difficult ruckmen in the comp. Like, what do you expect? He's not gonna monster Cherry. It's going to be the other way around. I thought he held his own. He won 30 here. That's to 16 for crying out loud. Like, okay... Cherry was better around the ground later in the game, but that's expected because Cherry's had a number of years now building on match fitness. Vicentini hasn't. So I think that's just Kane going in on Port like he likes to do these days. He likes to go in on him and be extra harsh on him. And that's coming from a Crows fan saying that. So I think Sarong's on the bench now, which is interesting that he comes to the bench unless he's on the other wing. No, I think Roberts is. So interesting they've brought him to the bench with a minute to go. But hey, I'll take it. Sarong's doing better than Grundy, says Elizeno. What's your plan with Dante Balsaro? Only just joined in case you've already said it. No, good. I'm just holding Henza. I'm looking at maybe next week going to Gaunt. I can go Vicentini Gawn, bench McAndrew, and I have McAndrew on field because I'll cover English, right? But Gawn looked great again last week, and he's still solo ruck, and I don't think that's changing. So, like, I think he's going to continue to go well again. I might not go there. He's just an option I'm considering. I was looking at Grundy post the bye, but Grundy has done nothing tonight to make me want to say go get him. Jackson maybe next week if I see another good game again. There's a couple of options. Worst party Sweet will dominate Blackiston. Vicentini won't come back. Yeah, D-Train, that's exactly right. Because I think Vicentini would have had a good game this week against Blackiston, but they've decided to do this, so... And Chol was at a mark. They're going to pay it? No, didn't hold it for long enough. Oh, Wicks handballed it. Holy crap, I've seen something new. Got only 5 seconds to go as well. I'm playing the Sarong and Lindsay loop. Who would you trade out of Colby, Marshall, or Blackiston? I do think Colby will score good against West Coast. He may, Kalen, but I'm trading Colby out of those three, which is crazy to think, but I'm trading him. Ivy's played reasonably well. I was actually at the game. I was shocked by Cherry from an in real life perspective. Carr totally reactionary. Yep. 100% agreed. Yep. Of course, I watched Fireball just listen to King take the piss out of Corns. Fair enough. Strong's bench now, says Alzano. Yep, no, it's all good. All right, let's go through these scores at half time. So we've got Nick Blakey top scoring on 61. Callum Mills 58, Scholl 54. So the only three players over 50. So low scoring game here. McDonald 48, Sheldrick 47. Sheldrick looking good. So Sheldrick, maybe a mid-price option next week. Or after his bye, I should say, against West. He's got West Coast as well. That's an interesting one. We're looking for value. With Gould now, I expect Sheldrick to get a bit of opportunity. Scrimshaw 46, Bicey 42, Meek 44 as well. Mackenzie 41, Weddle 40, Impey 40, Sisley 38, better quarter from Sick Dog, Newcomb 38, Amon 37, Moore 36. A lot of average scores so far. Sarong 31. Could have easily been over 40 if it wasn't for those 2 frees against. McInerney 31. Grundy 31. Kerno 29. Rowbottom 28. Chad Warner 25. Jeez. Roberts 24. Watson 22. Yeah. Some low scores. No one really doing well that many people have got. Like if you got Mills, maybe draft, you're probably happy. McDonald's probably good as well. But besides that, not many guys going well tonight. Showed it was on the bench for a while, I think, as well, says Max. I started going at English's Lee. You're pretty happy with that for sure. Callum Fife, what's the reason for trading Colby? Will you buy him back if he goes good against Essendon? I want a role change. I want him off half back. I don't think he scores well as a forward. Well, no, he doesn't score well as a forward. And I don't think he's going to score that well as a midfielder. So, and he's not going ahead of some of those mids. So it looks like it's going to be the half forward role. What can you do? I'm trading him. I don't think I'll be bringing him back anytime soon. There has to be a role change for that. Sheldrick still only 64% toggles a red flag, says Angus. Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, I'd want to see a bit more of an increase in that, which it doesn't look to be. Did see him for a while towards the second half of the quarter, says Max. Both these teams are hard to score against. Their fantasy scores being a low for both makes sense. Angus happened about McDonald, and yeah, low tog for Sheldrick at the moment. Yes, unfortunately, that is the case. So, alrighty, I'll be back in like 2 seconds. I'm just going to do a quick toilet break and quickly grab a drink, and I'll be back in a sec. So, hang on, George Dickios. Hey, mate, just got back from a dinner. What happened to Dante? Looks like he dropped. Looks like Sweet will come in, which I think is a stupid call. But I'm not the selection committee. So I'll be back in a sec, guys. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Alrighty, I'm back. Apologies for that. But yeah, if you are tuning in, make sure you do smash like on the video if you haven't done that already. What have we got? Both these teams are hard to score against. Fantasy scores being low for both makes sense, says Elizondo. Yeah, good point. Very much on the money there. Poet Know It says, you guys worried at all for Murdoch? I remember towards the end of that game, he looked like he had an ankle concern that last game, and that extended bench seems hard to tell who'll be dropped. I can't see him being dropped. He was so good last week. But as I said, if he isn't there, it makes our decision so easy this week. You go Cook, and then you go whoever you want. You can go Premium, you can go Miller, anyone. So it almost be a good thing if it happened, to be honest, because it'd make our lives easy. We wouldn't have to bank so much cash. But yeah, what happened to Barras? Is it Corky? Hit flexor maybe? I don't know. Fair enough. I just see him being on top of Gordon. I'm bringing in Miller over Cook, as I think he'll also make good cash thoughts. Who was that? Who were you talking about there, Caleb 5? Who were you talking about? Henry Harrison, they can't drop Murdoch. He kicked 2 goals and he was best on ground for the Eagles. Yeah, great. Yep. Max Hansen, who would have guessed Corey would have nearly doubled Chad's score? Jeez. No, I wouldn't have. George Gikios, Dante, a trade out or wait? I'm a wait, because I think we can wait. Look at Gorn again this week. We're obviously seeing Grundy, and I think we're really keen on what we've seen so far. We could watch Jackson again. Darcy Cameron comes off the bye, so maybe you could go there as well. You get to watch Tristan Cherry again. Like, there's options that we get to watch. We get another week of Dallas, so I'm waiting. And I'd wait for another week, maybe 2. Murdoch was cramping at the end of the match, wasn't he? Not an ankle. Yeah, sorry, Callum. No, who was it? Henry Harrison was saying that. Yeah, no, he was cramping. So, yeah, there was an issue with just cramping at the end of the game. And I was saying the same thing as well. Do you reckon Andrew McLeod comes out of retirement to give the Crows a boost his hands up? Mate, we don't need it. We don't need a boost, mate. We beat the Pies. No, but if you count retirement, I think he'd still go okay. Cool. And right today with all the chat. So, just double check, see if I've got any messages or anything while I've been live. Apparently Lockie Jones is injured, if I'm reading that correctly. Which, could that be bad things for Bergman again? Who came into Port squad? Yeah, Lockie Jones injured. Lord omitted. Is Josh Lai? Who's he? He might come in. Is he a defender? Yeah, he's a medium defender. So you'd imagine that he gets named. Because on the bench they got small forward, small midfielder, defender, ruck, midfielder, forward. They've only got one defender. So Josh Lai will get named. Unless they're going to play both Bergman and... So if Josh Lai gets named, they'll be fine. But if he's not, then it'll be a bit concerning. I'm a bit surprised that... So like a Radigalia... So not Radigalia. Like a Zerk Thatcher or something like that hasn't been named. Unless he's injured. But... I guess we'll see. Oh, Logan Evans actually is also named on a wing, so he could just go back. They've got Marsh, they've got Radigalia, they've got Aaliyah, they've got Logan Evans who can play that medium defender, and then if Josh Lai plays, that's fine. I think Burn will still have a good role, but I've got bigger issues to deal with, so that's fine. Give me a sec, guys. Just got to respond a message. Right, all good. Where were we? Hence, I'm scared. Lockie McKendry get dropped for David Pittman. Far out, hands mate. You come up with some guys from back of the past. S Lock says, would you still hold Viz if he plays alongside Sweet? I think they're bigger issues than Vicentini, so I'd leave him there. I just don't think he'll play. I don't think they'll play both. I think Vicentini will be dropped in emergencies. Mark Biffin, only have Sarong in this game, so focus on tomorrow. Bring Bont in for one game or Dawson. If you decide between two, it's Dawson for me because he doesn't have a bye. But I'd still be looking for more value or wait for Nick Dacos. And it's funny, right? Because Dacos is more expensive, right? But I don't know. I just feel like Nick Dacos could go absolutely nuts this year. Henry Harrison, if anything, West Coast might not play Josh Lindsay. I think he plays. I'm not too worried. Sheets, with Roberts named on ground at halfback, do you think he will have better tog? No, Burgon playing defence. It's Sweet and Lukosius in. Yeah, I think Roberts could go to halfback, which could be good things for Merritt and Caldwell, which is what I'll be watching for. I think I'm going Viz to Jackson, says Poet Know It. I'd personally wait, but if you've got no bigger issues, you can do that trade. And I'll tick it off. Henry Harrison, I wonder how Bugston will go against Sweet. I think he'll be fine. Enzo, do you reckon if I'm still playing AFL Fantasy by the age of 100, they'll give me a hat out of pity? Mate, if you're still playing Fantasy 100, I'm probably still playing Fantasy 100. And if I haven't got a hat, I'll also pick one out of pity. So I hope so, yes. George Gikios, how can you drop Viz when he beat Cherry in the rut because he's around the ground work? Good question. I got no idea. Poor overreacting from a loss, I think. Bales, any concern Murdoch doesn't play at the bottom of the extended bench as Lee Everett? Nah, no concern. He'll be there. I can't see a world he's not there. He's one of their best. So if he's not there, it'd be very, very surprising. And a lot of reverse trades because, as I said at the start of the Watchalong, 32,489 people jumped on Murdoch. So Braden Cook would jump up a lot in ownership. And you'd probably see guys like Sarong, Bont, Merritt, Caldwell, all these guys jump up in ownership because people get in the premium instead. I can't see him not playing. I think he'll play. If he's not there, I'd be incredibly surprised. Sorry, just reading the message. Hands up, had this debate with some mates. Would you take a Crows premiership this year if it meant the Crows didn't win a game for the next 5 years after that? Yes. Yeah, I would. It'd suck. 5 years of pain, right? But I've experienced like 4 or 5 years of pain with the Crows before this anyway, right? And we haven't got a premiership. So if it guaranteed me a premiership this year, yeah, I would. I just want to see Crows win a premiership. So, yes, if it guaranteed, I'd take it. George Gikios, I forgot to ask, is 1.5 too much to hold? That's the plans. I'm holding 1.359, so I'd like it hypothetically, right? It is too much, right? We're holding, but it's the cards we've been dealt. We don't have any preems that we see as value that are screaming pick me. We've got a couple of rookies that are looking like really good options, and some people may have a few that they need to jump on. Maybe they didn't start a Grill or Jakes, any of these guys. So I'm a fan of doing this play. Looks like Jai Sarong starting on the field. I didn't see him going towards the bench unless he was already there. But we're about to get underway for the third quarter. Did Weers and the Eagles drop Murdoch? I'm surprised. No. He's just done the extended bench. A few people are worried that he might be trimmed off the bench, but I think he'll play. I can't see him not playing. Sheets, I put Sarong as emergency for tonight. What score do you think you need to take a score over someone like Blackson? I'd want 70 plus. Rumham says there's too much weird stuff around Essen and Merritt, especially for me to feel good about picking them over waiting a week for Basements or Dacos. Yeah, and you get another week to watch Merritt and Caldwell, and if you like what you see this week, you can jump on next week. What if you already did Gordon to Murdoch? Aren't you screwed? No, I don't think yet. If you already did, no, but the way the trading works, you can still edit Murdoch out, so that's fine. So you're not screwed. Getting underway, so Sarong is starting on the ground, which is good. So he's played like 98% game time for the game so far, which is still good to see. Here's McInerney. And missed it. Brass starting on the ground as well, so good to see. Gordon really did get injured at the worst time. Says, "Oh mate, it's not only was it bad because he got injured. There's so many things that just couldn't have had a worse time. Couldn't have had a worse time for Sydney starting there. Said couldn't have a worse time for Gordon because now he's going to miss most of the year. He apparently played like 40% forward time, so he was on track after a week or two to get forward status, which would have been absolutely insane. And I think could have averaged well over 110, maybe 115. So." And also with the buy this week, there being a lot of good options on the buy, only having a week's of data, so we can't be confident in any premium just yet. Like it's the worst time for premium injury is always the first couple of weeks, particularly someone like Goulden who was looking like an uber premium. So, George Dickios, think I've made the same trade as you. I'm disgusted by it, but feel like there's no choice. Yeah, like there is a choice, right? But I think it's the best choice we can make from the cards have been dealt. That's how I'm looking at it. So, and Mark de Gunston. I just went Marty McFly and he lent me his time machine, so I went in the future and saw that Wayne Miller will average 130 for the season. Jeez, if he does that, Crows are in a pretty damn good spot. I'll tell you that right now. As in 1.5 million in the bank, says George. Blimey says, well, it could have happened in the first quarter. That's a worse time. No, my whole season is rookies. I trade in Murdoch and Cook. Yeah, no, exactly, right? That's the only positive, is he got a ton for us, and he played most of the game. But I know what you're saying, but yeah, it was everything outside of that couldn't happen at a worse time. Gunston goal, so Hawthorn take the lead again. Henry Harrison, lol, yes, I guess it's nice he went out with 100. But yeah, by me, I think they're good. They're good ins, right? Murdoch, Cook, I think they're the two rookies that we want to jump on. So yeah, I like it. Can't remember if you follow soccer or not, but did you see Noah Lang this morning? Who's Noah Lang? I do follow soccer, but what's Noah Lang? I'm not sure who Noah Lang is. Blimey says, I'm top 300 rank at the moment. I'm about to tumble if they don't fire this week, says Blimey. Oh, nicely done, mate. Nicely done with the rank after week one. Really good spot. I wish and I'm not saying this from any. I'm happy for everyone to rank well, right? Talking specifically from my own point of view, as from my own team. So just looking at my own team, I'm so sick of starting so crap. I would love a year to be top 10k after the first week, like just for once, like just to have a good platform, not have to work my way back from 20, 30, 40k or 46k for that matter for this year. Jordan kicks a goal, instant response from the Swans. I'd just love to just have a good start to the year. Like I really would. But no, I'm very happy for everyone. And I genuinely mean this. I'm very happy for everyone that's had a good start. I know Planet Ocean was ranked top 15 at the end of the week. Obviously, Blimey, you're going along nicely as well. I think Kobe was top 500 as well. So you guys are all doing really, really well. And kudos to you. Very well done. And I hope you guys continue and you guys get a hat or get a Tundra or whatever prize is on offer. I hope you guys can go well. A few bars would love a good start, says Max. Yeah, mate. Agreed. Lost his finger in Galatasaray Liverpool match. Like, cut it off. Oh. Did that actually happen? Am I reading that correctly? Did someone in the Liverpool Galatasaray game actually lose a finger? Is Errol to Finbar mainly a good trade? No. Because Finbar isn't playing. If Finbar was playing this week, I could have said, well, you could do worse because you could bring in a red dot. But no. Could chase points, but I was on Sarong, Merritt, Bont, but I doubled down the rookie, says Blimey. Yeah, and I've done the same. So there's Nick Watson from the boundary. Geez, that's looking all right. It's gone right to line. Nearly a goal. That'll be out of bounds. I would just love a win. Love to win a round. My highest was 62nd. Yeah, I think my highest was 52nd or 51st or something. Yeah, but I'd love to win a round as well. Be pretty nice. Ranked 60,600. No need to be jealous, says Red Lighting. Oh, mate. That's, yeah. Tough start to the year. Hopefully we can have some big ranks. I'd love to be, my goal this week would be top 30k, but if I could be ranked if I could halve my rank this week, that'd be great. But I think it will be difficult. There's a tackle for Sarong, maybe. That's a throw. Could be a tackle for Sarong there. yeah, I don't know if I'll rise up ranks much because I've got the 2 rooks, but I don't have day cost, which a few people already do, so I might be able to rise a bit. It'll just be interesting to see where I'm at the end of the round and how good of a round I can have with so many rookies playing. But it feels like a lot of people are in that boat, so... Like, part of me thinking, because I rank 46k, could I just go Merritt, go Murdoch, and just get some points? But I think I want to play the long game. I want to set my team up with the best cash generators, get team value up, and attack that way, I think. So it might hurt for a couple of weeks, but hopefully it gets better as the season goes on. Here's Chad Warner going for goal, and goal to Sydney. So Sydney's give out to an 8-point lead. Certainly didn't think Sydney would be playing this well without Goulden and Heaney, put it that way. Or maybe Hawthorn just aren't up to it. I know they beat Essendon last week, but... where are we up to? I normally have a horrible first few weeks, climb my way back and fall away at the end. Need to work on my post-buy game, says Max. Blimey says, lol, my team looks so hideous, mate. I'm on the way back down this week. George says, search it up. Elizondo says, highest I've ever finished in a round was 20th, but overall my highest is around 500. Yeah, mine's around 500-ish, or just inside top 500, I think. It was like 400 and something. Sydney winning this game will be pretty huge for them, says Henry. Oh, it would be big for them without their two of their best players. Did that tail count for Sarong, says Lee? I'm not sure. Let's have a quick look. Where's Jared McVeigh? I haven't seen him at all in this game, says hands up. Did Sarong get that tackle added? No. I thought he would have. Like, the ball went to ground and then Ward picked it up. Like, still think that's crap. If a guy gets a disposal away but it doesn't go directly to a teammate and it bounces, that should be an effective tackle. It's just, I don't like that. It could be added. Like, it might have just been one they didn't add, but they may add it again. But, yeah, it hasn't been added so far, which is a shame. I'm sitting at 10,000 right now. I'm pretty happy to up the Crom. Yeah, no, it's a solid spot to be at. So, hopefully you can keep rising up the Crom. There's Weddle, short kick to Sick Dog. So +5 for Sicily. I've got him in a few draft leagues, so I wouldn't mind if he got going. There's Dylan Moore, the kick as well, for anyone that's got him in their side. Roses could be a free kick here. Geez, that's stiff. Roses bloody got the ball, didn't really have possession. It was the same one as well with Sarong before. Like, he got tackled without the ball. There's a tackle for Sarong. That could be holding the ball. Yes! Sarong holding the ball, free kick against Weddle. We'll take that. +8. Gets up towards 40 now. Well done, Sarong. Good tackle there as well, by the way. You should use DFS Australia for tracking fantasy, says Red Lighting. A few people have said that, but it just, the way that the layout works with my stream, it just works so much better with the scores. And they update regularly anyway. There's another Sarong kick, so he moves into the 40s. And the scores update live, right? So, but no, appreciate it. Let me know. Who's your favourite AFL player of all time? I've got to go Roy Laird, my boy. I can't not say Roy Laird. Dawson would be a very, very close second. And Brent Stanton probably a third, probably number 3. Sarong, free kick tackle. Yep, says Elzana. Yes, holding the ball. Sarong also got another kick, says Elzana. Yep, no, he's couple of good, nice points there. If they add that tackle, all of a sudden he's well into the 40s. But he's on 42 now, so the 11 points he gets for that then. So no, he's going okay. If he can score another 18 points from here, get to 60 at 3/4 time, we could be on for an 80 here. Who's your favourite lacrosse player of all time? Have not followed lacrosse, Henza, so I cannot give you an answer for that one. Elizeno, Sydney pulling away again the third quarter. Looks like they're the real deal. Yeah, no, another goal for Sydney. So, yeah, no, I think they could beat even without Goulden for a while. I thought they'd struggle like they did last year without Goulden, and without Heaney, but they're playing well. What was the lowest on-field score you've ever had in fantasy from a player? I've probably had a 0 at some point. That would have been a common one. I haven't had like a unique bad score. Like real. Oh, actually, no. Tom Stewart was... If you're talking about the worst score in terms of the way it felt, Tom Stewart on, 9 or whatever he was last year against St Kilda with the knee injury was probably the worst one. Probably the one I got the most disappointed with. There's McInerney with a handball. Set Warner up. Not a great handball. Warner got the handball away. Sheldrick tackled straight away. Should have tipped Sydney, says Caleb. Bales, what's McDonald doing, says Dylan. He's doing okay. And Dylan, mate, you joined the Patreon yet? I know you said that you would, because Bont did score over 120 last week. So, you're a Crows fan, I need help. Bring in Miller or Cook, says Caleb. Here's Grundy. And Grundy goal. Jeez. Sydney have really pulled away now. Wow. Powerful third quarter so far from Sydney. They've gone from losing lead to now up by 20. So, big start for the third quarter for Sydney. And Grundy goal. Good to see. Running goal, snap around the body. I should have tips. Oh, yeah. Who's your favourite actor of all time? I don't know. That's a good question. I'm not sure who it would be, Henza. I'd have to think about that. Come back to me with that one. Brent Stanton, oh boy, the good old days. He'd score 150 one week, then 50 to achieve his 100 average. Yes, Fresh Prince Oz, 100%. I know exactly what you're saying. Caleb Daniel 20 says Henza. Oh, the one at the Dogs. Yep. It's just Hawks not being good enough, in my opinion, says Max. Shonkster, who would you take off field for Sarong score if he does good? Well, it depends who your options are, who you've got, Shonkster, but we'll see how he goes. Lucas Cactus, hey, Bales. How you going, Lucas? Hope you're going well, mate. Dylan James Bales, I'm out of funds at the moment. Wait for my paycheck to get in. Oh, good, mate. I'm only mucking around. It's all good. All fun and games, mate. Thoughts on Riley Bice without Goulden and Heaney? Don't think any of those guys affect Bice, but Bicey's been good. But probably not a classic option, more draft play. Favourite TV show, Bales? If you're talking about all-time, probably Suits. I love Suits, one of my favourite TV shows. Love Friends. Like Chicago, Med, Fire, and PD, like the three of them. Like, watch them weekly. So, they're probably the favourites there. Just finished watching Grimm. If anyone's watched Grimm, such a good show. Really, really good. So that's probably right up there as well. And there's probably one or two I'm forgetting off the top of my head, but they're probably the ones. King and Queen's another good one. So just a wide range. I like a wide range of TV shows. So Lucas Cactus with Super Chat. Thank you, mate. Just wanted to show the support. Thank you, mate. Very much appreciated. Appreciate any Super Chat. So thank you very much for that. Always appreciated. So thanks for the support, Lucas. Like your profile picture as well, with the Cheezels and got Sheezel on there, mate. So I like that one. It's a good one. Here's Sarong. Yes, +6. That's a mark. Well, get off of him. Oh, bullshit. Bullshit. Get stuff that's touched. What an absolute joke. I think that's a Grundy tackle, but far out, man. Really? Thinking he's got +6, he's on 48, and all of a sudden it's a bloody touch ball. Get absolutely stuffed. And Newcomb goal. Hawthorn badly needed that one, but far out, man. Sarong had that, and then they've just gone, nah. Let's play on. Absolute bullshit. Is it worth benching Grill this week with Boston return and looping with Sarong? If Sarong goes like 70 plus, then you could consider it, but I think Grill will be fine. If you were good enough to play AFL and got drafted to Port, would you just retire? No, I'd play. It's still a on an AFL list, so I don't care where I'd go. It would just be good to be on an AFL list if I was on one. But that injury in high school that cost me. Didn't make it. That injury, that knee injury in year 11. No, it wasn't good. No, I'm joking. No, just didn't have an injury or anything like that. Thank you, Henza, for super chat, mate. Buy yourself a lollipop. I haven't had a lollipop for a while, but appreciate that, mate. Thank you. Thanks for the super chat. Where were we? Harvey Specter. Yes, Max, one of my favourite characters on any TV show. Did you ever watch Dexter? Says prod by a swish. No, that's not one I have watched. So we'll see if I do watch that at some point. There's Sicily with an intercept mark as well. Cheezel says we'll buy it. Mills for draft. Dylan's very, very happy. No, you'd be very happy with that. I don't know if I've got him in any draft leagues. I don't think. But no, congrats, Dylan. Bales crash out again, 10 out of 10 viewing. Fantasy crash out is always the best. I said the umpires were shit, says Karen. Agree with that one. Who touched it? Casper the Ghost. Yep, he probably did. Dylan Mods, the Bales crash outs go hard. Someone needs to make compilation, but feels... Oh, that would be pretty funny, actually, if someone made a... If anyone wants to do that, feel free. I'll repost it, whatever. Like, it'd be quite funny, actually, if someone actually was able to do that through all the watch-alongs. But it'd be a lot of... You have to skim through, like, the watch-alongs and get to the right point. So it might be a real tricky one, but if people might want to do it from now. So that'd be quite funny. If someone wants to do that and do it from now to the end of the year... And upload. I can upload as a video on like the Fantasy Fanatics Clips channel, and put like Bale's best moments from Watchalong. So if anyone wants to do that, feel free. Like screen record or whatever it is. I just won't have time to do it. But if someone else wants to do it, feel free. I'll be all for it. Got flashbacks to the Horn Francis drop Martin last year. Says, oh, don't get me started. I remember that one. That was awful. That was bad. But then the Josh Dacos last quarter against Gold Coast was pretty exhilarating. Bicey, go to Sarong, mate. Rampy, go to Sarong. Go to Sarong. Bicey, go to Sarong, mate. Go to Sarong. Yes, here's the +6. There it is. He gets it back. Love it. Fantasy gods have come around full circle and given Sarong back his +6. So he moves to 48. Still half a quarter to go in the third. Wizard done his hamstring, says Karen. Oh, interesting. Yeah, Bale's crash out compilation should be 5, says Will. Line for Sarong to take over Lindsay's probably 75, considering best 18. Yeah, I'm 70 plus. I'd consider for Lindsay. There's a +6 for Connor McDonald, now +6 for Josh Ward. Only tuned in now. Sure, you've spoken about it, but what score do you need from Sarong to have him count in your team, says Rob Siver. Yeah, obviously just saying that there, Rob. I hope that does help. I'm 70 plus. My favourite kids movie of all time is Schindler's List. No idea what that is. And Go Blood, says Rob Siver. There's no goal for Dylan Moore, so Hawthorn got a couple in a row. Back to 7 points. Thoughts on Miller, and what do you think of opening round? How Hawks have 18 days off after this game? A bit silly. I don't like opening round. Just play 4 more games. I don't care if it's in Queensland, New South Wales. Play all of them there and call it round 1. The Doherty crash outs were the best as Lee ever. Oh, yeah. Any more watch-alongs this week, says Lucas Cactus? Not this week. Probably next week. Particularly Friday night. Collingwood GWS, I think we'll probably look at doing one. But yeah, not at this stage this week. But we'll see. I still have the Jinby crash out Bales from last year. If you know, you know. What was the Jinby one again? If you have to pick one player in history to score a ton to save your life, who do you pick? Dane Swan. Yeah, not a bad pick there. Not a bad pick. Pendles would be up there. Pendles is just, he might not have been in high school, but he's just such a consistent 100+ averager. Looks like a corky for Watson. So it looks like Sarong's switch wings. He's over to the closest side. Advantage. Oh, he's missed it. Probably a bit harsh, that advantage. That's like, it's pretty much simultaneous with the whistle being blown. Bicey, no. Bicey, look to your right. Look to your right, mate. Bicey, we don't want that one. No, Bicey. No. Not that wing. Okay, middle, and then switch it back to the right. McCartan. Is that Sarong? No, Sarong. Go to Sarong. Melican, go to Sarong, mate. Oh, he's gone long. God damn it, man. Oh, Sarong could be on here. Yes, Sarong. He's smothered, but still gets the points. But he's over on 50 now. He's on 51. Doherty is a great crash out as well, says Will. Sarong +6. Hindsight says McDonald would have been a good starting pick, says Henza. Best crasher of all time, get Mints. That was a good one. Yep. While McDonald's still stuck on 51, says Minamoto. He's on 57 now, but yeah, hasn't been as big this quarter. Geez, that's almost a throw. That should have been a tackle for Sarong, and that'll be a free kick against Bicey there. Sarong could have easily been on 70 at this point. It's just a few things just not gone his way. Best crash out of all time. You said it before from Henza. How Jimmy didn't kick it to Tom McCarthy, and you were like, Jimby's a selfish footballer, dickhead, and last words, just dumb. I think I remember that one, but it wasn't one that stood out to me. But maybe it stood out to other people, so maybe it was funny. But at the end of the day, as long as it makes you guys laugh. But then again, I'm not doing it to make people laugh. It's just generally how I feel at the time. I sort of just naturally get annoyed when a player doesn't score points. Cannon 5, what are your trades this week? I didn't start Parrish or Steele, but started Nick Dacos, scored 20 on 58. Well, nice, Cannon 5, 20 on 51. Nice score, mate. Very good score to start. I'm just getting cash. So I'm trading Colby and Goulden, getting in Murdoch and Cook, and taking $1.359 million into next week. So I don't love taking that much cash in because there's a risk that you can't use a lot of it next week, but I think I'm fine taking it into next week because I want those rookies for the cash gen. I remember when you almost cried over Nick Martin's injury, says Prod. Oh, that was a sad one. Yeah, for sure. Some people went to Trapinini? What's that one, Lucas? I might be completely going blank here, but what's that one? I'm not sure what it is at the off. What you're thinking? Tackle for McDonald. Sarong was so close to getting a tackle there as well. Bicey just launches it, just out fresh airy. Well, not fresh airy, so just like volleyed it. That's a good kick. Good punch there by Blakey. McCartan, come back the other way. No, don't. Why would you handball there towards the boundary when he's under pressure? That's just a dumb handball. Which athlete from another sport would be a great AFL player? I reckon Messi would be an elite ruck. Henza, I'll challenge you, Henza. Put a comment in that makes sense and that is accurate. Or I'm interested to see if that happens. Who'd be a good player for another sport? Being a good AFL player. Put in Volk. Alex Volkanovski. Put him in. Be a good ruck rover, I reckon. Good small forward, I reckon. I reckon Volkanovski would be a good footy player. Zach Reid crash outs were class. Oh, I don't want to think about Zach Reid. Trading him out last year when it was going to be raining against Collingwood on Anzac Day. Handball for Sarong. Just keeps the score ticking over. Sheldrick keeps that one in, I think. What are they doing? Don't know what that was for, but bringing it back to Sicily. Lucas Cat says McInerney. Behind for Ginnivan. So Hawthorn are coming back. They're right back in it. 9-10, they should be in front. 5 more scoring shots to Hawthorn. But Sydney would obviously started great this quarter, but have fallen off towards the end. Yes, good, Blakey. Go that side. I think, has Sarong just come off for a rest? Or has he gone to the other wing? Because Roberts has just come on. I think Sarong might have come off for a rest, which is frustrating, but yeah. At what do you start to reconsider bringing McKercher back? Role change for one. He'd have to be back at half back and score. Well, that's really just it, right? Back at half back and scoring well. So Warner free kick. McInerney says League's Cactus. Pressure's back now, says Karen 5. Freeze 21-13, says Karen. Whose weighs it? Go to Warner. Is Sarong on the other wing or is he off? I think he's off. Sarong on the bench is Lee Everett. Yeah, I thought that might be the case. Messi's 5'7", says Limits. Volk the Goat says Max. Yes, mate. Love Volk. Accurate comment incoming. People who didn't start Shees were very, very silly, says Henza. There you go. That is accurate. Fresh print size. But then again, they can bring him in this week, right? So sort of in a way bailed out, but I could see why some didn't. But no, I think you had to start him. Most NBA players would be elites, key position players. Smugglers drivers, I should say, says Dyson Daniels would be elite as a key position player. Yes, he would. Oh, he's a good shout. Really good shout. Josh Giddey could even be another good shout as well. Mills doing well. Is he an option after his bias to Arizona? Nah, not for me. No, he's playing halfback. You have good games, and you also have poor games. So, not for me. There's too many guys back there. Blakey, Bice, Cunningham will come back in as well at some point. Roberts on the wing, but can go to halfback. Like, there's a few too many guys back there. Luke Catters reckon Bonk could be huge tomorrow. Remember last year's 166. Yep, so he's in my top 5 captains. I think he'll go well tomorrow night. Figsy says, which ruckman can we go now with Viz drop? Grundy playing like crap is gone the safe play for consistency. I would say yes. He's probably the next best ruck, I would say. We'll see how he goes tomorrow. Was it Saturday night against Freo? But he's someone I might look at if I want to go Vicentini up next week, which is an option I could look at. Imagine LeBron in the cage would just wrestle everyone out the way, says Henzer. 5 minutes to go in the quarter as well, by the way, for anyone that's wondering. Wouldn't mind a goal. Maybe Sarong comes on and maybe just stays on the bench. What is Sarong up to? 53, 51, something like that? 53. Well, he could get a 70 here. 17 points. Hopefully comes back on with a couple minutes to go in this quarter. Would be nice. That could be holding the ball. Jeez, that's lucky. Yeah, 53 is not bad. And I'll probably loop. I'm going to loop him and Cook and take the best score in the midfield because I got the flexibility. Chad Warner not happy. Yes, I'm looping Sarong with Cook at the moment. Grady didn't look particularly happy on the bench. I don't know if there's anything going on there, or if it's just him just sitting down. But was I right in thinking as well that did Jack Ginnivan rest like the first 20 minutes on the bench? There's Bicey intercept mark there. Will, I just DM'd you Bales and sent you the link to the Jimmy Crasher I clipped from last year. Okay, thank you, mate. I'll have a look at that. But yeah, does anyone want to do that? Does anyone want to make like the best moments? It could be crash out, could be like maybe a close game and someone kicks a goal and we all start cheering or whatever. Like, if anyone wants to do that, I would be very happy for someone to do that. So if anyone wants to do it, feel free. Gorn had a 60-plus point last quarter at age 35. He's still incredible. He's still going. Oh, he's an absolute gun. Best ruckman I've seen. What do we take from Sarong? I'm still 70-plus. But if you've, like me, you could loop him and Cook. I think that's ideal. But yeah, 70-plus, and I'd take that. That's what and a bench Lindsay for most people. Would you eat only bread for a whole year if it meant you won a hat? No, probably not. Depends what I can do with the bread, though, Henzer. Can I put condiments on it? Can I put some different things? Like, can I put like some salami or cheese or anything? If I can do that stuff, then we might be talking. But if it's just bread and nothing, no. Prod base, which for a free Patreon I will. We might be able to come to some sort of arrangement if someone did that. Ignore the second one I sent you. It's all-time Bales crash outs and all-time crash out part 2. Will, have you done a video for all like crash outs, all of them? Because I'll have a look, and if it's good, I'll repost on the Clips channel. I'm looking with Lindsay, or would you go Jakes? Lindsay. Jakes is scoring too well to be looking at benching him for a low score or lower score. Did I miss anything? No. I remember the Bice versus North 125 game as a crash out. Oh, yeah, that was not one I want to remember. I remember Fresh Prince Oz, yes, definitely, because I've only come back to fantasy this year after a decade out, so I've missed a lot. I will clip them and then hopefully put them together. Thanks, Will. Appreciate that, mate. Mega Bear 78 says, any Bales, I don't have him, but what's up with Grundy this season? Just doesn't look up to it. I think the rule changes are really affecting him. I thought he'd be better equipped for the rule change, but it doesn't look like he is. Then that's just pizza. Lol, says Henzer. Figsy, I Parish, Windsor, Blackstone, my worst win prices after Colby because I want Gawn for Viz. Is Parish today cost an option and field 2 rooks in defence instead of Blackiston? Yeah, it could be. Yep. We'll see how they plays in that score this week, but could be an option. There's a handball for Grundy. Looks like Sarong's probably going to be on the bench at the end of the quarter, which sucks, but it's just stuck out on this far side at the moment. I hate when games do this, when they get stuck on a far wing and it can't just be switched and open up the ground. And here we go. We'll chip back 15 metres. Oh, okay, hang on. We're switching the game. They might go to Barras here or go longer to Scrimshaw. So, oh, please don't switch it back. No, they're going to Barras here. Okay, bring these guys back on. As in Sarong. I see these guys back on, but we just want one. I don't think he's back on, though. And I don't think he is going to come back on. No, I don't see him. Is that a free for Grundy or against Grundy? No, free for Grundy or just play on, I think. Will said no, just a Jinby one. No, all good for crash outs have. Henzo, do you keep Blackiston on field over Lindsay? What if Port double ruck on over him? If they do double ruck, you could consider it. But I would probably go Blackiston just ahead of Lindsay. But I'll start from now. Every watch long, I'll tune in. If there's a crash out, I'll clip it. And then at the end of the season, I'll join together to make one. Thanks, mate. Appreciate that. Don't just put crash outs. Put also, if you're doing one, Will, I obviously very, very much appreciate you doing that. If you do one, do crash outs, but also do best moments as well. So if there's a late winner, or if there's a moment where a fantasy player gets a plus 14, or a big moment or whatever that we all cheer and we go how good's this? If there's 3 plus 6s in a row or something you know what I mean? Something like that. You want to include that, but mate, I'd appreciate if you're doing it regardless. So yeah, Sarong's still on the bench, so he'll rest the rest of the quarter on the bench. Hopefully, he plays the whole last quarter because his TOG has been managed in this quarter a bit more than what it was in the first. I don't get his rotation. 100% TOG in the first half, and then probably 70% this quarter. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but Bicey on for a plus 6 here. Bicey up to 75. Newcomb nearly KO'd Wizard, says Max. Tim, is Sarong on 66? No, Sarong is on in the 50s. Okay, Bells Woodoo says, well, thank you, mate. Appreciate that. Josh Dagos final call last year says limits, mate. That was incredible, that one. Are you going to do the game tomorrow night, and who are you going for? Bison option after his bye. Well, obviously I'll go for the Crows, but I'll be going to the game tomorrow. So, are you going to the game tomorrow night? Sorry, yes. Sorry, hands up. I read that wrong the first time. And yes, we know who I'm going for. Obviously, the Crows. Hope the Crows get the job done. Bison option after his bye. Not for me. Just too many mouths to feed there. Could be a solid draft pickup, though, if he's on your waivers. Sheldrick, crying face, says Max. Has he had a lot of time on the bench again this quarter? Because I haven't seen him much. He's really fallen off. So it really rules him out as any potential value option after his bye. Turnover here. I wouldn't mind if Hawthorn got a goal here just at the end of the third quarter, just to have it within a goal. Oh, Chol should have taken the mark. He had both hands on it. That's a disappointing drop. He had it there. Well, if you guys are on Patreon and you clip a crash out and best moments vid, and I'm not watching Watchalong and miss one, just put it in there and I can add it. Has says Lairdy 30 and 3 tomorrow. Says Lock. Jeez, that'd be an all-timer from Lairdy if he had 30 and 3 goals tomorrow. Elizano, so many players slipping mark. So many players drop marks. Not says Elizano. Agreed. McAndrew will cut the ton in here. That's tomorrow night. Would be nice. Please, Lairdy, I'll pick you up in draft this week, says Will. Let's go through these scores at 3/4 time. So again, a low-scoring fantasy game. Only 3 players over on track for a ton. Mills 81, Newcomb 80, Bice 75, and that's it. Blakey 73, McDonald 69, Moore 68, so Moore had a good quarter there. Got involved. Meek 68, Sicily 67, Scrimmy 66, got him in draft, which is nice. I think got him in Shiva as well, which is really helpful. Sheldrick 62. Like, Sheldrick 62 is okay. Like, the low tog is the issue, but his points per minute is very, very good. Amon 63, Mackenzie 65. What do we got here? Warner 54, McInerney 54, Sarong 53. Like, could get a 70, but obviously we're hoping he'd be on 70 at three-quarter time, right? Because then we could go, yep, we'll take it. But if he gets 70, it's going to be interesting what we do with it. So hopefully he just gets like a 30-point last quarter and he gets an 80, and we're happy. Grundy 51, that's disappointing. I think Guesty still got Grundy as well. Jeez, that's a bad one. What else we got? Anything else? Roberts 30, Kerno 29, but these are just draft guys. Yeah, no, so all in all, most of the guys that people have got in Classic as uniques are doing okay. Like, no one's doing amazingly huge, but a couple players are going on track for like 80, 90 plus, which is okay. Grundy going to be so cheap, says Has. Yep, agreed. Groundbreaking story, says Will. Madonna getting caught on the bench too much, says Angus. Fresh Prince Oz. I've noticed that a lot of fancy creators are from outside Victoria. I've got a Supercoach account and roughly 2/3 are Vic accounts. How do you explain the dip for not this phenomenon? Supercoach is mainly just, in Melbourne. A lot of people in Victoria and that. People in South Australia, WA, it's AFL Fantasy is the big one. And I feel like Supercoach has still got more users, but I think because everyone's in Victoria, I think Supercoach is Melbourne, and then the rest of Australia is probably Fantasy, I'd probably say. And I think probably mainly just due to Fox Footy and Herald Sun are Supercoach, and that's where obviously the headquarters is in Melbourne, so that's probably why. But I like Fantasy. A lot more simpler scoring. But I got a Supercoach team as well, so I probably should have done a Supercoach team reveal video, to be fair. I used to do them, but just with the other content, just don't get a chance to do it. Where was I? Oh, cool. I'm up to date with all the chat. Be back at the end of the game. Come on, Strong, says Will. Catch you then, Will. Tommy Gardner. My biggest priority was Windsor. Is it now Vicentini? Tommy Gardner. Riley Bice would have been a great one to start far out. Yeah, just the opening round score from Bicey was annoying. If we started him, he'd be a great pick. He would have gone 100, and now he's on track for another 100 again, which is, it's so frustrating that he went really bad in opening round, like went 60. If he'd gone 80, 90, I was keen to start. I had him there, looking at him as an option, and I probably would have gone him over McKercher or Bergman, to be fair, because he had the upside, but unfortunately, not the case. But I think I'd trade Windsor out, Tommy, unless you don't have McAndrew and Vistage like your R2 on field. If Vistage R3, I'd leave him there. You get a look at all the ruck options. If none of them present, you go Vicentini down in a couple of weeks, bank a few 100K. He could come back in next week. But if you want to get him up, it gives you the option to watch Gawn. Obviously, we're seeing Grundy, probably not an option. Watching Cherry, watching Jackson, watching Darcy Cameron, maybe for one more week if you don't do it next week. So there's a few options to look at if you wait. So I'd be waiting. Unless he's your biggest issue, then I'd trade. But I'd trade Windsor first. Prod by Swish says, would you rather captain a James Jordan tag or a Windhager tag? I'd say Windhager but if Windhager, because he might not tag, right? But out of the two, I feel like Windhager would give up more points, but I wouldn't want either, to be fair. What do you do for work, Bales, and are you a billionaire? No, I'm not a billionaire, and I do this. This is my full-time gig, right? I try and get this as much as possible. Work at HJs for 2 days a week. Don't love it, but I just see it as a salary topper. It just allows me to keep doing this and trying to grow as much as possible. But the more people that sign up to Patreon, the more people that tune into videos, subscribe, share, whatever, and support us can help that become reality for me to do it full-time. So appreciate all the support from everyone so far, which has been fantastic this last 24 months in particular. Gordon to Bont, Lindsay to Murdoch. Not too keen on banking 800K plus. I tick those off, Lucas. I don't love trading Bont in, but if you're going to go Bont, I can't tell you how to get in Bont, right? He's a very, very good player and a good option. I just don't like that he's so expensive. He's got a bye next week, and he's got Geelong, Hawthorn, Sydney coming up from rounds 5 to 7. I'm targeting him after that, because I think Nash and Blitzar / O'Connor will definitely go to him. Sydney, maybe Jordan doesn't go to him, but I just worry with those tough matchups. Here's us hoping Sweet gets dominated by Blackerson. Yeah, exactly. Who would have thought? Yep. Fresh Prince Oz, I reckon it's problematic to have 2 different games because the community is divided. We could have 300,000 people paying the same game. It's totally unnecessary duplication. It's a good point. But I guess it's for people that like different things, right? So I don't mind having different platforms. What is your trade, says Tim? I've gone Colby to Braden Cook and Goulden to Murdoch, banking $1.359 million. Gunner 1 to 30 says, what are we taking from Strong to loop him on for Blackiston? 70 plus is what I'd be taking. We'd love 75, 80 plus would make it a good decision, would make it obvious, but yeah, I think it's 70 plus. Ryan Lockout Pod, hey Bales, what are your thoughts on Wayne Miller? I'm thinking of going one of Windsor or Blackiston to him, and I still have enough cash to get a premium next week. Don't mind Miller. He looked great last week. I'm just wondering, is that a pop game? Or are they actually moving to wanting him as the main distributor back there? Which, if they are, I think it's a good decision by the Crows and will mean good things for Wayne Miller and fantasy. It's funny, right? Because I want to watch one more week, but if you do, he's going to be priced in the 80s, and all of a sudden there's not anywhere near as much value. So I like the pick if you want to go there, especially if your team's in a really good spot and you don't have too many risky players or mid prices, because if it becomes an issue, trade, and you don't have anyone else really to fix up. But and there's a chance he goes well. So I don't mind the pick. Do you like the idea, like in FPL, of having once a season a triple captain? Not for fantasy, I don't think. No, it's another element I don't want to have to think about and stuff up. So, probably not. I'd keep fantasy the way it is. Maybe add a flex spot. That's probably what I do to match the 23 players in an actual match day team. And you have your best 22 scorers week, and I'll be happy. Do you like Dunkley this year? His TOG seems to be lower, but he feels like a smash after dropping 60k. I worry with the rule changes that these inside mids aren't going to go as well as what they have in previous years. So that could be an issue for someone like Dunkley. But he's dropped a bit. He's an option. Mega Bear, is Nick Douglas the biggest target next week, or is it someone like Zorko, Baz, or Holmes? It's funny, right? Because Nick Douglas is so expensive, but I think there's rule changes, and I think he's going to have a massive year. So I think he's just a guy that if we've got all this cash in the bank, I think we can spend on someone like Nick Dacos if he's going to be a top 4 uber premium midfielder. So, favourite music artist, Bales, says Gunner One. Oh, geez, that's a tough one. I've got no idea who that would be. I'm probably like too wide a range of music to have a favourite artist. I'll go Foo Fighters because I was listening to them earlier today. But I don't know if that'd be my favourite, right? But I'll just say Foo Fighters just because I honestly don't know who they'd be. Top 80k in FPL for me, says Limits. Nicely done, mate. Very, very good rank. I think I'm like 600k. Mozart, says Henza. No, a bit before my time. So we've got 18 minutes to go. Actually, give me a sec, guys. I'm going to turn the aircon off. It's actually getting a bit cold in this room. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be back in like 20 seconds. Oh, sorry about that. Just had a mozzie to spray as well. Oh, God, I hate bugs, man. I couldn't stand having a mozzie in here. So, nope, had to spray that. Apologies. Where are we? Where was I? What was your Spotify Raptors prod by A-Swish? I'm not sure. I looked at it a long time ago. I can't even remember what it was. So I unfortunately can't give you an answer for that. Prod by A-Swish. Fresh Prince Oz. I see a real possibility Douglas goes full Garrett and averages 120 plus. He reminds me of Garrett Jr. so much. Yeah, he could. He's the one. If someone's going to do that, it could be him. Don't know if he'll go 120, but I could definitely see an average of 115 this year. Here's Watson. No, behind. Close game again. Back to 3 points. I think Dylan Moore kicked a goal when I was out, so I'm also top 2K in FPL. Jeez, that's a huge rank. Congrats, mate. What's your spicy take for this week, says Henza? Spicy take. Is that Sarong? Oh, it's gone over his head. Warner, man. Hit him. Sarong's going to get a kick here still, but should have been a +6. Spicy take. What would a spicy take be? First spicy take that came to my mind was Braden Cook. He goes better than what he did last week and rewards coaches for banking 1 point over $1 million or however much they bank. So I'll go say Braden Cook goes 90 plus. Point for Dylan Morse, another behind for Hawthorn. Do you have Vicentini and what are you doing with him? Trade hold, says Lucas. I'm holding with the aim that there's a potential that I could go for Max Gore next week. I could go Jackson. I could go Cherry. Or I could wait till after round 3 for one more week if I have other issues to fix up and then maybe grab Grundy. But I don't love what I've seen from Grundy. So it could be a trade next week. But if I've got other issues, I'll fix it up. But he's on my bench, so I don't think I have to fix him. I wouldn't want to keep him there for too long, though. But I don't think I need to fix... Oh, my God, another behind, man. Hawthorn, kick the bloody goal. Now 1 point. They've had 24 shots to 15, and they're down by a point. Seriously. And now Nick Blakey going to the opposite wing of Sarong again. And there's Butler intercept mark. There's Watson. Good pickup from Watson there. If City mark it here, Sarong's out for a +6. And McCartan punches it when he could have easily marked it. Nash. Is that a goal? No. Another behind. Scores the level. They've had 10 more shots now. Is McKenzie playing, says Limits. Yeah, he's just been quiet since half-time. I'm contemplating Miller. Got lucky with picking Cook last week, so I've currently Errol down to Murdoch and looking at either Blackiston up to Miller or Colby to Sinclair Ash. I'd probably go Colby to one of Sinclair or Ash, probably. Damon is what I'd do. I'd go Ash for the run that's Giants have got, and he's got a really good mid-season bye. Ryan Lockout Pod. I'm going Goulden to Murdoch my first trade, but with my second, I'm tossing up between Gallup to Cook with 842k remaining in Windsor, Blackiston to Miller, 705 or 539k remaining. Which do you prefer? I think I'm still Cook. I think I'd still get Cook in. Just because there's, I think, more certainty with the cash gen that you're getting from a cheap player in him than Miller becoming a 95 averaging defender and being a guy that will be a really, really good pick. I'd wait one more week on Miller. I don't think you can wait really another week on Cook. You need to bring him in, I think, this week. Josh Sarong, switch it. Lloyd, go across the ground. Sarong's in the pocket. No. Lloyd, you can't. I don't think, Lloyd, you cannot kick 50. And you'll be kicking probably 55 because the guy's on the market's on the 50. I don't think he's going to get distance here. To be fair, he got distance. He actually covered it fairly easily. Didn't think he was going to get distance. Fair enough. Fair play, Jake. You got me. Spicy Tate Bourbon averages 110 plus this year. D1 says has. Mate, I would really, really love that to happen. as I started him and got the 50, but we'll see. Fresh Prince Oz, maybe not this year with Dacos because he still has some development left to go to hit gauge levels, but at some point he's got to go 120 plus his career. I just don't know if the game will allow someone to average 120 plus anymore. But if anyone's going to do it, it could be Nick. Wouldn't that be nice as has? Yes, it would be very nice. I like the way you cook. That was very spicy. Says, Henza, mate, I see what you did there. I like that. It's a good one. I've seen teams out there with McAndrew, Vicentini, R1, R2. Really? Geez, that's a bit risky. Covered by best 18, though, so they won't be probably hurt too much, at least for a couple of weeks, but they'd want to fix that up over the next couple of weeks for sure. Bicey's dropped an easy mark there. That's a bad drop. Spicy take, slight Moz is going to want. Bont pushes forward early and stinks it up with a score of 75 or less. That would be a spicy one when a few people have jumped on him this week. I think about 8,000 or so from memory. The ticker has it up there of how much. That's a throw from Grundy, but ball up was called before. Damon Snell will be at the game tomorrow night. Bales Dog Sporter will be on the hill hoping for a competitive game. Hope it's a good game, but I hope the Crows win, obviously. Sorry, mate, that might upset you, that one. But can we still bring in someone who has a buy such as Whitfield over Miller? Oh, you can, yeah. If you're not too heavy on a buy and you're happy to wear the buy, I think you can. Mega Ben, my Spice Tape Murphy Reed goes 100 this week, and he would be a highly trading player next week. Spicy Take, Callum Mills goes 90 plus, says Henza. Oh, that's funny. If you said it went under 90 from here and he gave away 3 free kicks from this point, I could say that's a spicy take. Why does Sydney never kick it to Sarong's wing, says Lee? Yeah. Good question. They always go the opposite wing that he's on. Like, and Amadi didn't even look at switching. Just went inboard, McInerney got caught holding the ball. Why do you think it's difficult to average 120? As I said, I haven't paid attention for you for a while. It was common when I was growing up, i.e. Swan, Ablett, Rockcliffe, Mitchell, Laird. I just don't think enough players rack up the marks and tackles and high disposals. And if they do, they usually get sat on every few weeks and they put up a bad score. Probably the main reason. You don't really have the guys in the mould of Swan, Rockcliffe, Mitchell that don't get tagged and just rack up the ball for fun. Just don't have it as much anymore. Steve-O, should I do this trade and draft? Jakes and Stewart for Redmond. My defenders are Whitfield, Jordan Clark, Amon, Banks, Miller, Redmond with no defender depth on my bench. So you're trading Redmond and you're getting Jakes and Stewart. Well, if you've got no defender depth on your bench, I'd probably do it then. Because I think Redmond and Stewart is almost like for like. And Jakes is look good, so I'd consider it, yeah. Henza, that reminds me of the time my friend was winning his grand final matchup at 10 at 3/4 time and Shane Mumford gave away 5 free kicks in the last quarter and he lost. City could use Nick Malcheski to kick the winning goal here, says Henza. Yeah, they could. Well, Mitch Lewis is lining up to put Hawthorn in front for the first time in a while. Can he kick it straight? Because Hawthorn's kicking has been awful tonight. And that's straight through the middle. Good kick. So Mitch Lewis puts Hawthorn in front. So they've come back after looking like the game was heading in a completely different direction. But Hawthorn, to their credit, have responded well. Sarong 3-point quarter, says Lee Everett. Yeah, he's just been on the cold wing this quarter. It's going to make still some nice cash, but obviously, yeah, just probably means that, those relying on his score just means you have a low one, then those looping him on probably means that you're not looping him on. I either want him to go sub 70 or over 80. I don't want anywhere in the 70 just because it just makes it like, oh, do you take it, do you not? I want it to be an obvious, like, yeah, we take it. Is next week going to be too late to get Murdoch as I had to get Robertson this week, says Mega Bear. Who's your other trade, Mega Bear? Because I'd argue that I'd go Robertson and Murdoch this week and just get the 2 rookies in. I know Gadge is a goat, but Dacos very similar and more productive early in his career. So if he naturally progresses, I don't see why he can't. Though I see your point about tackling with him. I think, yeah, that's probably the one. The tackling. Can he have a lot of gains with like 7-8 tackles to really bump those big ceiling scores up? Elizano, my surprise take for the season. The fastest of the game has made tags almost impossible that teams will stop doing them. All players who were tagged in previous seasons won't be tagged and will average more. It's spicy because like Naz has been tagged and has had poor scores, but that's probably due to him playing more forward. If he goes to half-back midfield, I don't know why they are playing him so much in the forward line. He should be a half-forward, a half-back midfielder, not as much forward. Is Sarong on the bench? Why is that being called a fifth? Nah. You can't do that. I'm pretty sure that was touched. And it didn't look like the umpire made an obviously quick call for a mark. You can't pay 50. Nah, that's shit. That's just no sense of the game whatsoever. Like, close game. Now you're giving Sydney an obvious goal in front. Like, I don't think that's a 50. If the umpire clearly called a mark and it was there, fair enough. From what I saw, that looked like it wasn't like an obvious mark at first. I don't know. That's like a pretty shitty 50 to pay. Typical green, those green men just have to insert themselves on the game all the time, don't they? They can't just let the game flow. They've always got to have a decision that has a say. Absolute arseholes. That's come off hands. That's not a mark. Oh my God, that is an awful decision. That is an awful decision. That has been punched by Weddle. Nah, no way. And if you pay the mark, it's never 50. Nah. That's crap. Absolute horse shit, that one. That is crap. Oh my God, that might be one of the worst ones I've seen on a watch-along. You cannot pay a 50 for that. Oh my God, unbelievable. Umps are blind, Grundy being held by jumper no free. More than they previously did last season. Says Henzo, I don't reckon Nick Douglas must get next week. I'll wait until he's sub 800k. He's not must get because he's so expensive. You can definitely go for other options if there's cheaper ones out there. I just worry that there might not be another option that I want. But we still have another, how many games? 5 games? 6 games after this? 5 games? We got one on, we got 1, 3, 2. What's that? Yeah. 6. We've got 6 more games. I was half watching the Adelaide game outside of home and I noticed that Dacos doesn't have the aggression and militarism that like Dawson to tackle the opponent. Yeah, it's a good point. Is that Josh Strong with a free kick? No, Blakey. I think Strong's still on the bench. Umpires are still bad. Shock, says Lee. Yep, agreed. Green Mate says, has horrendous decision, says Stavro. Mega bet, I really like Ash this week as a swap for Goulden. Yeah, Ash is a good option. Yep. Max Holmes is 100k cheaper than Nick and Zorko's playing St Kilda. Yeah, Zorko is an option for sure. That's a free kick for Guns. That should be 50. Thank you. At least they're being... Well, I would say being consistent, but that was an obvious 50 because McCartan went over. And then, what was it? McCartan or someone just flopped over when Chol gave him a tiny push. So Gunston should kick this because he's a very good kick of the footy. So, but yeah, no, Zorko is an option with those good matchups coming as well. He's someone I'm looking at. So can Gunston put Hawthorn in front? He very much does that. Yeah, good game of footy. This has turned out to be this one. Maybe not for fantasy, but good game of footy. McInerney's up to 76 as well. A few people may have gone there as a bit of a unique with Goulden out. So wasn't looking great to start, but he's going a bit better. Dylan Moore going well now as well. What's Sarong on? Grundy's still 66. Yuck. 56 for Sarong. So just that kick that he got. Yeah, so not too good. But as I said, I think we'd rather him go sub 70 or above 80. We don't want anything in that 70 range just because it makes it a bit trickier to know if you're going to take it or not. Have you voted this week, Bales, and do you ever aspire to be Premier? I have not voted. I'll have to vote. I hate voting. I have got no interest in politics whatsoever. And for those asking, I think it's a state election. I don't know if it's for every state or if it's just SA. I don't know because I don't care enough to know. Don't like politics. All I'll say is keep Malinowski in because he's doing good stuff for sport. So that's what I'm focused on. So I'll say there. Grundy with a tackle there. Sarong back on as well. Kick from Butler. Good, smart kick there as well. Mega Bear says, the next week I can get Windsor or Colby up to Nick with the cash in the bank. So what are you doing, Mega Bear? You're going Goulden to Ash. Who are you trading over Colby? Because I think Colby I'd still trade. Can you trade Colby instead? Just bank a bit more cash? I don't think I want to hold Colby. Zorko's so expensive and he's 37. I'm scared he'll pop a hammy when I trade him in. Lever, I think Nick is a must-get. Rule changes suit him and the kids are gone. The kid is a gone. He never gets tired and always wants the ball, says Lee. Yeah, he's a good option. He's just expensive, right? So he's not a must-have by any means, but he's going to be a very, very popular trade in next week with all the cash that people have got. Gunston played that acting for Oscar. What do you mean, Karen? I thought it was a 50. And I thought it was a free kick as well. So, Sarong, you fell over at the wrong time. Here's Watson. No, out of bounds. Oh, that's a free kick. That's a free kick against Wicks. Yeah, free kick. Yeah, you can't dump him when he's outside the field of play. That's a free kick every day of the week. Sad to see McRae downfall this year. One of my fantasy goats over the course of his career. I think he's just injured, so I think he'll be okay. But yeah, maybe not as high averaging as what we thought we would be. Fresh Prince Oz, Gunston, one of the most reliable kicks in my lifetime. Probably would only have Lloyd over him, but I was very young and he was finishing his career, so memories are vague. I'd have Darcy Fogarty over him. I know people might say it's biased, but I think Darcy Fogarty is the most accurate and best kicking for goal in the comp. If I pick one player in the AFL, it'd be Fog. He might not get it anywhere near as much as some other forwards, but I think when he gets it and he's having a shot at goal, I don't think I'd have anyone lining up for goal over him. There's Bicey. Got the handball there, Bicey. Good tackle from Moore. Hawthorn's pressure's been really big this quarter. Bales, we do a watch-along for Pies Giants next Friday. Fairview Fantasy relevant in that one. At this stage, that's the one I've picked out from the 3 primetime slots. That's the one I think I'll do. Evil Cheese was trading Grundy out for... I'm assuming that's Cooper Duff tightly, you mean. And having all rooks in the ruck while I look to choose the rucks after the bye. Yep. Yeah, I don't mind that. Zorko loves a soft tissue, says Kobe. Not for a few years he hasn't. He's been pretty good last couple of years. Especially with the dry needling or whatever he has done. He's been pretty good since then. There's Mitch Lewis. No, couldn't take the mark there. If Hawthorn get one more, could be tricky for Sydney to get back into the lead. Spicy take, I won't win the Tundra this year, says Henza. There's Grundy. Got the handball away just. Very scrappy last couple of minutes. Intercept marked by Roberts. If he switches, Sarong could be on for a +6, but I don't think he's going to switch it. No, he's going to go short to Bicey. Love Bicey. Just wish I had him for his 120 that he had. Chad Warner +6 here as well. Was traded. Yeah, I said it before. Stuart Zorko in my round 0 team, says Kobe. Mega Bear, I can see Kobe popping in only against the Eagles this week, so I'm comfortable to hold him for one more. Fair enough. Yep, fair enough if you want to do that. I'd rather trade, but if you're happy to hold, then that's fine. Because he could go okay as well. Nick Watson, that's a good... Oh, I thought it was a good kick, but got spoiled by the Sydney defender. Butler handball. Mitch Lewis, probably one more handball. Oh, Ward, in trouble. Lewis, back to Ward. Nah, hit the belly of the ball. That's the worst result. If that was a point, it would have been really handy. But Sarong gets the free kick, so we'll take those points. That could have been a really handy point that he missed there. Start Blackiston or Lindsay, says Gunner won it. Probably Blackiston. Gets the hit outs and the ruck, be around the ball more. I'd go him. I'll take it, albeit senior, says Kobe. So this week I went Gallup to Dev and Goulden to Ash. See, Mega Bear, I've got the same thing, right? I could go Gallup out instead, but I think I'd go Colby out. Oh, goal for Lewis. Oh, no, Gunston. I thought it was Lewis. Or was it Lewis? He hit the goal? Was it Gunston? Well, it's a goal of Hawthorn, so it makes it difficult for Sydney to come back. They still can. Still plenty of time. Gunston was the one that kicked the goal. I missed the goal. I'll have to see it on the replay here. It's pretty incredible what he's doing. Is he 34 now? But what he's doing at this age is pretty incredible as a key forward. Very much like that's a good goal. Yeah. Nice snap. Pretty much instinct. Bang. On the boot. Important goal, that one. Tell you what, Chad Warner could get cheap as a forward soon, says Jay Sutts. Agreed. Katafi says Gunston. Fresh Prince Oz, Gunston clutch. Henzer, do I feel Cheese or Lombard this week? I'd probably go Sheasel, I think. He's just my number one captain option. I can look with Gallup. Watch Colby play halfback and 80% Tog after we trade him out, says Lee. Oh, yeah, probably. The way that fantasy works probably could happen. If this is a point, if this goes through from behind, I'll have the margin. Because I went Hawthorn by 10. Henzer says, Chad isn't forward. Oh, no, Henzer, he'll get forward status, I think. No Gould, no Swan, says Has. Granny intercept mark. I think it's more just due to Goulden and Heaney being out. I think that's the big issue Sydney faced this week. Or that could be holding the ball. Oh, luckily, Brass got it out. If he kept that in, that would have been... Oh, Lloyd, that's a bad kick. Has it not gone 15? I thought that went 15. Ball in. 3 minutes to go. No Leo Barry, no Swans, his hands are. No Barry Hall, no Swans, maybe. 3 minutes to go. Nothing huge with fantasy. We still don't have a ton. We've got Moore and Mills and Newcomb are the only ones over 90. So we might not even get someone. Surely someone gets a ton. Oh, ball up again. But it's in the right area for Sydney at the moment. There's Warner. Oh, he's about to fall. Couldn't afford that. Was hoping for a point because that would have been then 10 points exactly. My margin's 10 as well. Come on, point for Sydney, says Katafi. I think Swans have put up a mighty good effort without Goulden and Heaney. I had Hawthorn win this comfortably, says Fresh Prince Oz. Yeah, I thought Hawthorn would win. I had it closer just because I think Sydney are playing well. But yeah, I thought with Goulden and Heaney out, I just thought it was a bridge too far. But still just under 3 minutes to go. If Sydney can get a goal here, it's only it's a one-kick game. Hawthorn kept that in. I thought they were going to leave that to go out. And Mitch Lewis, that's a good despoil to go out of bounds. So Hawthorn looking good at the moment. What score would you take from Sarong over Lindsay, says Corey? It'd have to be over 70, but I don't think he's going to get there. Grundy going to be so cheap, says Corey. Agreed. C-Matt's killing me, says Red Lighting. Yeah, he's just done nothing since halftime. Been very quiet. Grundy has had a decent second half, got to a respectable score to Elizeno. The only thing is, with wanting a top two ruck, respectable scores aren't going to cut it. It's better for those that have got him already, that he's not going to drop as much cash, but yeah, he just hasn't done what he needs to. Here's Colin McDonald here for a +6. Warner only 69% Tog, even with no Heaney or Goulden. Very odd, says Has. Yeah, that's odd. I don't know. Fresh Prince Oz, their win-loss record without them is 40%. Hawthorn looked good last week, albeit against Essendon. Yeah. I just don't know if Hawthorn are going to be... like they haven't looked as well polished as what they have been in previous, like even last year. There's intercept for Brass. I don't know. They might have taken half a step back so far this year, but obviously it's been only a couple of games, so who knows? Gee, that only went about 10 metres, I reckon, that kick to Sicily. What do we got? Minute 25. Can Sydney get a turnover here and keep the game in balance? I think that has been touched before it went out. Yep. What's the score, says Jason Welch? Hawthorn 93, Sydney 82. We got a minute 10 remaining. Oh, God, Hawks fans going to be unbearable this week, says Haz. Rochelle 50 and 5 tomorrow, says Henza. All right, if he gets 50 and 5, that could be a massive win for the Crows. I feel good going to lose my Classic Cup game now for game day squad and out and didn't change Goulden. Ah, bugger. Oh, Corey, no, hang on. It's your lowest score gets removed. That's what I was talking to Cal on the phone the other day. And apparently with GDS, your lowest score doesn't count this year. So if Goulden's your only bad score, you'll be fine. So you still might be okay, Corey. You might be okay. If Strong get a quick plus 11, that would be great. Obviously, I'm assuming he's on 59, Elizondo, from you saying that. No, Wicks had the ball. He was never going to pass short. He was always going to bang it long. He was never going to go short there. Papley, no. I thought that might have been a free kick for Papley there. And it's against Sydney. Thought that might have been a free kick to Papley. Guess Williams wrong on the bench. Says Haz, I think so. If you had a player score 120 but it was from 60 handballs, would you be mad? No, because I got a 120. I'd be saying, it would have been nice for them to kick it more to get a bigger score, but I'd still take the 120. If they were my captain, I'd be disappointed because I would have wanted a bit more. I don't want Hawthorn getting a goal or anything here. I like 11 points. That could be 50. Oh, no, it is 50. Wicks, you absolute idiot. Absolute idiot, Wicks. I was so close to going 20 points because I always go 20 points for Friday night or on the first game of the round for the margin. But I thought, the game will be a little bit closer with Sydney. But God, bloody Wicks, man. He didn't need... What was the point of doing that? And here's Ginnivan has to mouth off again. Couldn't just let the game go and take the win. God damn it, man. I thought it was going to be 1 point away from the margin. That's frustrating. Oh, man. You can tell we got there. Oh, my God, we got a ton. Yeah, far out. Damn, margin ruined, says Katafi. Wicks has come back to haunt us. Oh, bloody Wicks, man. Unbelievable. He didn't need to do it either. Just so dumb. Oh, that's good. Didn't realise lower score, says Corey. Yeah, all good. I picked Hawks 17, so Corey got the margin bang on. Sarong just got stuck on the cold wing, says Lee. Yep. He's a rookie at the end of the day. Fresh Prince I guess I had Sarong emergency for a reason. Hawthorn relatively difficult to score against. Agreed. Almost got exactly my margin. Had 15 points, says Elizeno. Yep, far out. I thought I was going to be 1 point away from the margin. Bastard. Oh, well, what can you do? All right, let's go through the score. What's it? Hang on, what's this? Footy Frenzy, Norton or Buderick on field in draft? I'd go Buderick. Scores, very low scoring fantasy game. Newcomb 100, top scoring player. Dylan Moore 99, good for him. I had him in GDS, which is nice. Callum Mills 98, Josh Ward 90. So only 4 guys over 90. That's crazy. Sicily 89, McDonald 89, Grundy 88. So Grundy, to be fair, he had such a bad first quarter. He scored 82 points in the last 3 quarters in a tough matchup. So it's not all doom and gloom for Grundy owners. He got there in the end. Bicey 87, McInerney 85, Warner 80. Warner even got to an okay score in the end with an 82 with low tog. Meek, Amon 81 each. Scrimmy got 80, good for draft. Got him in a couple of leagues. Sheldrick 78, Weddle 74, Mackenzie 73, Watson 70, Jai Sarong 59. Good for cash in. Same score as last week for Sarong. Just obviously we're probably not taking that score. And if he's on field, then I don't think it's going to count to your best 18 anyway. So I don't think we've lost too much there. And it could have been a 70, just 2 stupid free kicks against him I thought were a bit stiff. Particularly that one where he got called holding the man when it should have been a tackle, which is a 7-point turnaround. That's a 66. And then, yeah, if he gets used a couple extra times, it's an 80. But, yeah, unfortunate. What else we got here? Charlie Cano 35, same as his number. Just hadn't started like I thought he would at Sydney. I thought he would have got off to a big start, but been pretty quiet. So, but yeah, they're the scores. Nothing huge to write home about tonight. Like, not too many huge fantasy relevant players for us tonight, but that's no surprise. I don't think we were looking at tonight as being a fantasy relevant game, but Melbourne and Freo wasn't much better. So, the 2 primetime games outside the Crows-Bulldogs game this week were pretty ordinary in terms of fantasy-wise. This game tonight, like 2 good teams, was fine. But in terms of fantasy, it was only one good one. That's tomorrow, but I'll be at the game, so I can't really do a watch-along. I thought I did Hawks by 23. Turns out it was Hawks by 17. Lol, says Max. All nicely done. You got the margin. Lockie Ash, a good option, says MJ. Yep, he is a good option. Strong back-to-back 59. Set up the Crom. Poet, know it. Sheldrick should have had more tog. Agreed, but they just like him as that low tog guy. Done. I captain Sarong. Says Henzer. I hope you didn't. Fresh Prince Oz is fantasy low scoring because of the run and gun style. It's strange because Hawthorn team Sam Mitchell played in was famous for their short kicking game. Yeah, I think, Hawthorn particularly play this quick style, and Sydney really adapt well to whoever they play against, so it was probably always going to be a low-scoring game, to be fair. So I think tomorrow night will be high-scoring, though. Both Crows and Bulldogs use it well and use that short kicking game, all score lots of points. McDonald almost 90, says Minamoto. Yep, no, he was good in the last quarter. Had a quite third quarter, I thought. Somehow I'll take Grundy's 88. Looked great late. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he got better as the game went on. But it wouldn't be enough for me to trade into him in round 4 after his bye. I haven't seen enough. I've seen halves from Grundy, not games. I want to see a good game before trading into him. So, yeah. Now we move to Gawn and see what he can do. And Jackson. And even Tristan Cherry on the Sunday. I'm outside 100k. Goodbye, Tundra, says Has. He actually outside 100k. Where would I be? I would have moved down because I had no one on field tonight. Oh! I'm 100k as well. Oh, no. Oh, that's shocking. Oh. That's not good. I know that it's still a whole round to go, but that looks awful looking at it. A 6-digit rank. Oh, I've never been ranked that bad before, I don't think. Far out, that's bad. Fresh Prince Oz Grundy 88 AF, but 132 Supercoach. Yeah, I thought he got better as the game went on. So whether he's an option, I don't think he's an option after his bye, but could be someone you trade into after. He got West Coast, so you could trade in him, right? But I just think they're going to be better options at the moment in the rucks. Just don't think these rules are going to favour him. It's okay, Bales. Valley says Has. Yeah, mate. Yep, getting 2 rookies I expect. I don't expect to go up a lot. And if I can go up some nice ranks this week with having 1.4 essentially million in the bank, I'll be pretty damn happy. And then hopefully from next week, the climb will really start. That's the hope. Luke's wrong 59 or Field Selwood, says Thomas Elliott. Or if you've got 22 playing Thomas, I would Field Selwood on the off chance you get a 70, because the 59's likely to be in your bottom score 4 scores anyway. And if it's not, you're probably only going to cost a few points. So I'd probably just play Selwood, because I don't think 59's high enough. But maybe if you just want 59 just for, you don't want a copper 40, then you take it. Because I don't think Selwood's going to score more than... Actually, no, you know what? I'd take Sarong's score. I just can't see Selwood scoring more than that. But it depends. Do you want to maybe risk 10 points to gain 10 points? It's probably right in the middle, so it really probably doesn't matter, to be honest, what you do. I don't think either score count. So, Henry Pope says, hey, mate, can you please answer this for me? Should I take Sarong's 59 or bank on Lindsay? I'd play Josh Lindsay over the 59. I'd go for Josh Lindsay instead. That one's a bit easier to answer. I'd definitely play Lindsay. Henzer, would you rather come first in AFL Fantasy or the Crows win the flag? I think I'd have to say first for fantasy, right? Because you get a Tundra, you get it's like nearly $200,000 worth of prizes that you get for first. So I think I've got to go that and just hope that Crows get the premiership the following year. I can't get 22 this week. Only 21 as I got Nick Dacos on field. Can't have DPP. Elizano, Sydney only got 1376 fantasy points as a team. Hawks are a very hard team to score fantasy points against. Look to once again be a top 5 hardest team. Yeah, I think so. Yep. As Cook forward bench, says Corey. Is there any way you can trade someone else out, Corey, and maybe get Cook into utility instead, or are you just stuck there? I've McDonald on field, says Jaiden. Yeah, 89, you take that. Not too bad. I have to take Sarong's score as I have no more defenders there on bye, says Minamoto. That's fine. Yeah, I think a few people will be in that boat if they've got Josh Dacos, Kitty Coleman if they're holding, so they might have to just take the score. Oliver says Goulden and McKercher to Cook and Murdoch thoughts. I have Roberts. Yeah, I'd hold Roberts. Yeah, I'd be doing those trades. Murdoch and Cook in for McKercher and Goulden. They're exact same trades I'm doing, Oliver. So for the Algo G'day says the FFO. How are you going, mate? Hope you're going well. Okay, thanks, mate. All good. Happy to help. Just joined late, so I'm sure you've discussed it, but are you trading Vicentini, says John O'Lou. No, I'm holding. I'm trading McKercher instead, and I'm trading, obviously, Goulden. So Vicentini will sit on the bench. I'll have the cash to bring in Gawn if I want next week. I could bring in Jackson. I could bring in Cherry. I could bring in Cameron. I could wait till Granny said he's buying, bring Granny. I'm probably not going to bring Granny in, but you know what I mean. Like, I've got options next week, and I wouldn't do the trade this week. So, I'd be holding Vicentini unless he's your biggest issue. And if someone said they're going Goulden to Murdoch and Vicentini up to Gawn, I could tick those off. But I think we've got bigger issues this week and deal with it next week. Do you do YouTube full-time, says Caden? I like to think I do. I'm at HJ's for 2 days as a salary topper, but I spend a lot of time obviously doing content, which I love doing it, and I love providing content for you guys, and I hope you guys all enjoy it. And if you want more, patreon.com/AFL Fantasy Fanatics, where you can get team reviews, one per week through the Ask Me on Q service. You get like a personalised audio response. You send a screenshot of your team. I have a look at it. I give you an audio response for like 2-3 minutes, and and you get one per week for free on Patreon if you're in the Super Fanatic tier. Or if you just want more content, there's another tier there as well. So if you'd like to join that, head over there. But if you've already joined, appreciate you guys jumping over. Shannon Barron, Grundy had my blood boiling in the first quarter. Yeah, he came home a bit better in the second half, and particularly in a tougher matchup, 88 is not the worst. Just got back. Good Hawks win. We taking strong score. No, I'm not. I'm playing Lindsay. I'm looping him and Cook, right? So if Cook goes worse than 59, I'll just take his score. Unless I might have... Oh, no, I was going to say I might have flexibility to go put Cook into the mids, but I don't... Oh, maybe I could put Cook on field and loop Lombard. I'll have to look at that. With Sarong not going well, I have to look at that. I might loop Lombard and Cook. Maybe. That might be how I play it. I want to trade out Jack Carroll for Nick Dacos next week, says Minamoto. Yeah, you can do that. Yep. See how Carroll goes this week, though. 37 point last quarter for Grundy. Says, oh, that's nice. That's a good last quarter there. Are you in WA, says Cade? No, from Adelaide. From SA. I'm bringing in Caldwell for Golden Thought, says Agia. Yeah, I like that. Yep, I like Caldwell as an option. Still want to see how they go, Essendon, with that midfield, but I don't mind it. Which team do you dislike the most in AFL? Mine's Man United. Hands of man. Unbelievable. Port, obviously. Essendon's up there as well, funny enough. So, do you have any problem having one less primo in the midfield to having 2 primo rucks, or can you afford everything? Well, I'll have 1.359 million in the bank, right? So I'll have enough money to go Ty Gallup up to Nick Dacos and Vicentini up to Max Gorn. Holy crap, would that feel good if I could do those trades? Well, I will be able to do those trades if I get no issues and Bergman does his thing. Bergman goes well. He's got West Coast Richmond in the next 2 weeks. I'm really hoping Bergman goes well this week, so I don't have to trade him out. Otherwise, I have to trade him out. But those trades would feel pretty good. So, nice stream, mate. Hope the Crows win tomorrow. See ya. Thanks up the Crom, mate. Hope the Crows go well. Go the Crows. Free kick count did not bring me joy tonight, says Hyrax. Yeah, what was it? What was the free kick count? I haven't seen. What happened to Vicentini, says Oliver. Sweet's coming in for him this week. So, unless they play both, but I can't see them playing both. If Jackson can put up a respectable score against Gorn this week, I'll consider him, says Haz. Yep, I will as well. Fresh Prince Oz, that's the second time I've watched Granny this season, coming home strong after a poor start. Maybe he's just working his way into the season. Yeah, maybe. 59 might be an okay rook score this week, says Fevelenko. Yep, mate, could be. We'll buy it versus Butters, Rosie or English into Shees. I've got Rosie at 2, English at 3, Butters at 6. So I'd go Rosie, but Rosie v English is very close for me. I just think Rosie's got more access to a bigger ceiling this week in a better matchup. But English has been amazing to start the year, so you could definitely go there. David Paddy, Goulden to Murdoch, and Zach Ostelsky to Jackson have all the rooks, says David Paddy. So you got Cook, I think. I tick those trades off. They're good trades. Very good trades, David. Tick from me. Are you holding his team this week, says Sean? Yes, I am. And I'll look to maybe go to Gorn, Jackson, or something like that next week if I wish. If not, I'll just leave Vicentini there because I don't think it's a big issue. I don't need the cash just yet. Do we start McAndrew or Vicentini, says Will? Oh, it's McAndrew because Vicentini is probably not going to be there. And the decision will be made for you. See you all next week then for Watchalong, says Kobe. Thank you, mate. Catch you then. Where am I up to? 27-16 Hawks Way, says Hyrax. Yeah, it was at the MCG, so probably not a big surprise. Caden says, I did Goulden down to Murdoch and Sharp up to Bont. What is your opinion, even with Bont's buy? I'll tick them off. Like, I don't have a problem with the trades. The only question I've got with Bont is he's got a buy next week. He's 1.159 million. He's got Hawthorn, Geelong, Sydney in a 3-week stretch from rounds 5 to 7. I think that's Nash, Blitzarv / O'Connor, and then maybe Jordan. So particularly the Geelong and Hawthorn matchups are bad in terms of tags for Bont. So that I do worry with that. So that's my worry with Bont. So I probably wouldn't go Bont, but if you have with Bont, I tick them off because I think Murdoch is a good in, Goulden out, and Sharp can go as well. Henza, would you want to win AFL Fantasy if it meant you had the R9 haircut for the rest of your life? If it was just being bald, maybe. I don't know. Henza, it's too late in the night to be thinking about for me to be thinking about this sort of stuff because I'll be wrapping up the Watchalong soon. But I appreciate you keeping the chat, the questions fun tonight. Fevelenka, English VC into Shees versus West Coast, no brainer. Yeah, Shees no brainer, of course. Yeah, I've just got Rosie over English, but English a great VC. I've got him number 3, so he's up high for a reason. I think he's a very, very good option. So another watch on this round says, Will, probably not at this stage. Elizano, thanks for the watch on Bales. Good luck for the Crows tomorrow night. Tip them to win. Yes, thank you, mate. Appreciate that. And yes, go the Crows. Roses to Cook says, mate the goat. Good trade if you've done that already. Tick for me. We'll buy Murdoch to Goulden and Kirch to Ash with Greenmo after buy, also light on round 4 buy. Yep, I like those as well. Tick, tick. Fresh Prince Oz, Rosie 133 with 36 touches in 2024, which was the last time he played Essendon Adelaide Oval. His record at Adelaide Oval was very good. I'm going with VC him over English and Butters. Another very good point about him at Adelaide Oval. Loves to score at Adelaide Oval. So, yeah, another good option, another good stat there. Alrighty, well, I think that's probably where we'll cut it. It's about just over 3 hours, which is what we normally go to. And, so all in all, obviously not the most interesting watch-along in terms of the scores, but hopefully you guys had fun tuning in there. But as I said, if you guys would like to join the Patreon, patreon.com/AFL Fantasy Fanatics. If you'd just like to help support us a little bit extra, but also get some extra bonus content, if you check out the tiers there as well and pick one if you'd like. And team reviews are on the Super 8 tier if you'd like to join in there. We've got the Open League. If you join that and you come in the top 3 by the end of the year, you can win some cash for top 3 scoring coaches in that Open League will win. And obviously, it's not a huge pool, right? So you've got a good chance of winning a few $100s. So if you'd like to join that, you can head over to the Patreon there. Like, subscribe, do all the good stuff. Smash a like if you enjoyed the stream as well. What are we up to? We're up to 39. So if we can get 50, get another 11 on there, that'd be very good. So make sure you do smash like. Subscribe if you haven't already. We're very, very close to 4,500 subscribers. We're only 3 away, so we must have got a few while we were streaming tonight, because we were like 44.90 before, so we're at 44.97, so 3 subscribers away from 4,500. If you can help us hit that, that'd be very much appreciated. Appreciate, I should say. Something different, track VC and a she, says David. Yep, like that as well. I think a lot of people just go different VCs because we got she's. So, is Durs a must-have? Got Murdoch already, says JTO98. Don't think Dersman's a must-have. He's a good option, good rookie option if you don't have him. I'd prefer Cook, I think. But Dersma, if you've got Murdoch already and you want Cook and Dersma as in, so I could tick those off. Has 6? No, I'll just say has. I think English is a good VC, more reliable, but Rosie has a ceiling which you want in a VC. That's why I'm going him, because I've got She's captain. So I think English will be a score from 105 to 120. But I think Rosie could be like a 95 to a 140, 150. And I want the access to the ceiling. So I'm going Rosie VC. Big response coming. Khan the pair says, well, I think they'll respond. Yeah. Cheers, Buzz. Let's crack back in that 100K says has. Yeah, mate. Hopefully we can do that. That would be, that'd be ideal. Good game tonight. Bad fantasy watch says Slipping Jimmy. How you going, Slipping Jimmy? I hope you're going well. I haven't seen your name in the chat for a little bit, but hope you're going well. But yes, no, good game tonight. But yeah, fantasy-wise, it wasn't the most interesting. Well, most of us only had Sarong. A few people might have had a Grundy or a McDonald or something like that. But yeah, not too many relevant players tonight, unfortunately. Also, make sure you guys do check out the captain's video. Did my top 10 captains for the round earlier today. So a short video if you want to check that out. That was up today. Trade Talk as well dropped yesterday. So if you'd like to check that out, my thoughts on all the top trade in and out players of the week, my trade plans, my top 5 targets, all that stuff. You guys know what Trade Talk's about these days. So make sure you check out Trade Talk as well. We'll be live tomorrow for our pre-lockout chat. Will be a shorter version though. It'll only be about 40 odd minutes, 45, because I'll be heading the Crows game. So I have to leave here 6:15 my time. We start at 5:30 Adelaide time. So you'll have to be under 45 minutes, but we'll be answering all your questions there as well. Make sure you guys tune into that. Great watch, Long Bales. Cheers. Thanks, Will. But yeah, as I said, we got 50 likes as well. So appreciate everyone that liked there. But thanks, everyone, for tuning in tonight. Good luck with your trades. Good luck with your captaincy decisions and everything like that. Hopefully we catch you guys tomorrow for our pre-lockout chat. As I said, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Perth time, answering all your questions ahead of round 2. But if not, good luck this week. Hope you guys have a good weekend. Hopefully no carnage. Hopefully we just get through this weekend and can reassess our teams with probably a lot of money in the bank for a lot of us. Thanks, Bales. Watch more. Thanks, Slipping Jimmy. Appreciate. Oh no, mate. I was just saying, I hadn't seen your chat, mate. Appreciate you tuning in. But yeah, catch you guys tomorrow. And have a good night, guys. And we'll catch you in the next watch along. Thanks, everyone. See ya.